Yeah, you ready? It's the World Wrestling Entertainment's Superstar Shakeup. And that's right, 2018, the drafts will happen. Who knows where somebody else is gonna go? I don't know. Roman Reigns, Paige, Daniel, Bryan. We don't know what's gonna happen in the WWE going forward. So you have to click that subscribe button. Stay tuned. Get ready. Get hard. Get long. Get ready, the donations are down below. We are ready to go. I'm gonna eat my own asshole. It's the WWE Superstar Shakeup 2018, my God, son of a bitch. Ooh. Little feedback there. Holy shit. I was ready to go and then the feedback happened. We just fucking I just beamed myself.
Like a transformer getting a colonoscopy.
Yeah, I just beamed myself up into space or something with that. I don't know what that was, man. No idea what that was, but it was ear rape, I'll tell you that. You know, up until we just talked about this, so I might as well lead in with this. You know, I thought I was the only looks like I fucked up everything tonight. I thought I was the only commentator. I thought I was the only commentator who fucking bounces around and screams and jumps up in the air. Well, not screams, but jumps up in the air like a child during wrestling shows. But Mauro Ranallo has saved me because I used to think I was calling a Top Rope show about a month or two ago, and when something happens, I notice sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it. I fucking bash my hands on the desk. I fucking bash my hands on the desk, and I shot up into the air, and I was just screaming, you know what I mean? Like, what else are we gonna see tonight? Like, and there's people in the crowd looking at me like, and I'm just like, man, I must be the fucking biggest asshole fucking commentator there is in the wrestling business. Like, there can't be anybody else who fucking is this psychotic. And then they released the fucking Mauro footage this morning, and I'm like, everything's okay now. I was worried before, like, people are going to think that I'm like some kind of non-professional, like, psychopath, and which is maybe true. But when I saw Mauro Ranallo doing the same shit, I was like, oh, it's just a thing. This just happens. You know, I don't think JR ever did that, but I just myself, I happen to, sometimes I fucking shoot out of my seat and shit. And it's exciting. I love calling wrestling. I fucking love calling wrestling. It's almost as good as being in the match. So there we go. And now Jake is here. Connor's here. We just started. You know, I guess Jake's fucking cat tried to eat his dick or something. What happened, Jake?
I'm on my cell phone right now till the computer finishes loading.
Jesus.
So I'm sure it sounds awful. I apologize, but it went ahead and the cat goddamn unplugged the computer.
Yeah,
Well, they stepped on the surge bar, so it went ahead and like pulled out of the wall. And this day sucks. Any event, I'm here.
Cats.
Woo! Fucking cats.
There are
Chinese
no words.
Yeah, I was just talking about. Wouldn't it be funny? Like, he's just freaking out. Like, I just want to call stuff. You know, I remember one night a year and a half ago, I was sitting in my car at work and I was calling the traffic. I was like doing.
I remember that. That was it was a live stream. You did that on Periscope.
Yeah, and I sent it to Mauro Ronaldo, and he thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, he was like, because at the time I think he was following that account. That was my old account, and yeah, he goes, I do that. And I'm like, really? I'm like, maybe like Mauro would understand everything, you know? Because he's fucking hilarious. I'm like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta call. I've told that to people who are like, I want to get into wrestling announcing. I'm like, well, start just calling anything. Start calling like your mother getting ready for work or something. You know? Just call.
As she puts down the dildo from the last night.
Yeah, like treat it like it's the most important thing. Like if you zoom in on your mother like doing her hair for work or something, and you're just like, this is what happened last week. This is the same thing that happened last week. She plugged in the curling iron. And what happened is that thing started to heat up so hot. It was hot to the touch and dangerous, in fact. But when applied to her hair, my God, how straight was her hair last time? There she goes. There she goes. She's straightening her hair. 30% is already done. She's become masterful at this. Last week she was on time for work. Will she be on time today? We'll find out in a minute, but right now, her hair is looking beautiful, and I can't believe it. You know, and you just
every brush, every fiber, every follicle. Will she make it to work on time?
She's being very gentle this time so she doesn't get that static electricity. Last time oh no, there it is! Static electricity, what the hell? Something's gone wrong!
And there goes the man who apparently is my third uncle. I've never met him before.
My dad left the dildo upside on the bed again. I remember the first time I saw that thing. I thought it was a popsicle. All right, what's what is up? Jake's computer is now on. Look at how fast that transition happened.
That's right. Trying to be professional. Trying to be.
That was amazing. I've been tired like all day.
Oh my
God. All
God.
fucking weak.
Dude, last night too, I don't know, maybe it is that, but I haven't felt this way. Like last night, remember last night? I went to sleep, like I didn't do almost anything, and I went to sleep, I slept all night. I woke up to do some things real quick in the morning, and I went right back to sleep again, slept like for hours. Like what the fuck is wrong? Either something's wrong with me, or this is normal.
I think you just need
sometimes
to
that
catch
happens
up
to
on
me.
sleep.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just have like I jokingly call it my like quarterly shutdown, where like every 3 months I'm just so fucking burnt I'll just crash.
Really? Okay, so it's normal. All right.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
you're not the only person it's happening to. I'll put it that way.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, what is going on here? Because normally I would stay up and play like PUBG until like 2 or 3. I'd start working on Patreon things and other things here or there, podcast stuff. And yeah, even tonight I'm like, man, how can I be tired? I'm fucking slept like so much. And maybe it's like one more, maybe I need one more recharge and then I'm good. I don't know.
Hopefully.
But anyway,
get you back to 100%.
Right. I'm not there. Not yet. And we got donations coming in. I see them. Let me Joe here. Let me play.
Joe here.
I'm gonna play the Joe here one.
Shit bomb.
Joe here.
Joe here, Joe here, Joe here, Joe here.
Joe here, Joe here, Joe here. Joe here. Joe's here to blow you. Would you like Joe here to blow queer? Thank you, Joe here. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Superstar Shakeup, it's coming. Connor, what do you think of Paige as the GM of SmackDown?
I think it's fucking awkward for Woods.
I was saying the same thing. I can't wait to see a backstage segment where he's like, "Oh, this is weird," and then she's like, "Why?" And he's like, "I don't know. Never mind." Like,
Don't you? You know, it would be even better if he didn't say anything throughout the entire interview, and he was just holding a camera like this. He just, you know, you had Kofi and Big E talking.
No, even
and
better.
He just sat in the corner holding a camera like this.
Even better. She's talking a whole bunch. He doesn't say anything, and then she asks him a question like, "Where would you be? Are you okay with that?" And then like he's still looking at her. And he goes, What's that? What's that? And then he's like,
Yeah.
you know. Like, I don't know. They would not
Or something
do
like,
that.
hey, Paige, you still have my tripod. What? No, we'll talk later.
Yeah. Hey,
But
I'm pregnant.
But the weird thing, remember when they first came out, they did this weird awkward like promo for, I think it was like a pay-per-view or something, and like Kofi and Big E are on the sides and they're just looking at Woods like, oh.
Yeah, that was wicked fun.
Probably do something like if they do something like that, I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, and
fucking
like she has like a vendetta against Woods, and he's like, you know why this is happening, and she's like, no, I don't. Like, meanwhile, China couldn't fucking even say sorry to her one night because she was in a movie somewhere.
Yep, but yet Paige gets promoted to general manager. All right then.
Hey, guess
She
what,
must have
Triple
impressed
H?
somebody. Vince was like, "That's how you take it up the ass," you know. Like,
Oh my, he probably taught her.
Look at that production value.
Triple,
It's horrible.
Triple H's kids are going to be able to look up Paige real easy.
yeah, talk about the fappening.
As the page turns again,
The pussy crumbles. Yeah.
sticky pages.
Sticky Pages. Oh my God, she hit her with Sticky Pages again.
It's her new finisher, sticky pages. No one gets caught with sticky pages.
We are talking, we'll talk a little more WrestleMania if you guys want to. We'll talk a little bit of Raw if you want to. SmackDown. Fucking the where do you guys think superstars or wrestlers should go? Yeah, where you want to see people go, people you want to see debut on the Superstar Shakeup next week. It's going to be a fucking tour, my friends.
I hope they do the
there's
Superstar
quite a
Shakeup.
bit, of news out there. A lot of speculation, but I'm so tired of all these different news sites, and especially which ones suck, more than others. But they go ahead and they put out these articles like WWE working with TNA Impact or Impact Wrestling on a new project. Have you heard this today?
No.
This pissed me off in the worst way. And so I've had so many, none of our usual fans, I'll give that credit. No one in the community is lacking that many brain cells. But I've had people, of the retarded nature send me this fucking article because they're working to get footage for the Broken Universe DVD. So they're not working with Impact. They're just getting footage from Impact. That's it. WWE Home Video UK confirmed that WWE has indeed worked with Impact Wrestling to bring fans a new DVD featuring the Hardys' Broken Universe.
Well, that's working with them.
I mean, they're getting footage, but they're not.
But they're making it sound like it's like some sort of like
the clickbait makes it sound like it's Impact versus Lucha kind of thing. The way they're titling their articles is such egregious clickbait that it's disgusting.
I don't know,
WWE working with Impact Wrestling on new project. But would you honestly think about the Hardy Boys if you heard that? No, you'd think something bigger. So
yeah, it is.
I hate it when they pull that shit. I know it's all about clickbait, getting people over for views, but still, it's a bit.
That's not even that bad though. Like I've seen some crazy dumb shit on.
Oh,
these sites.
I know, but it's just that was just the one I had to point out.
CM Punk.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Well, so we know CM Punk. You know who likes to do that one is that fucking the dirty sheets thing. They like to just make up. They're Seanzviews of fucking rumors, and they came because the guy got fired from the other company for faking news.
Yeah.
So I hate that fucking place. The fucking scumbags. Yeah, they got fired because they lied, and the fucking guy's Twitter account was completely fake. This guy had a check mark on his Twitter, but meanwhile 90% of his followers were all bots, and you could go look it up and prove it. So fucking stupid.
That, right?
Twitter's full of fucking idiots. Fuck you, Twitter. They fucking fuck these companies.
Even
Seriously.
better is the one, the wrestling accounts that report on kayfabe news. That I love. That's like Fox reporting on The Onion. You've seen it happen, but
then they try to. The worst is that these are the ones that try the most to be like, we know shit. You're an idiot. Like, we know stuff and you don't. It's like, you don't know anything. You're just a fucking
Like, come on,
idiot.
it's all the same recycled crap. You know what I mean? Like,
No, but that's the thing is what these ones do is they go and they grab, they make up stories. That way they can, because then there's no one else covering that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you go to some of the sites, they all recycle the same stories. Like, you wait to see who releases it first. But But if you go to some of these like sort of darker sites, I don't even know what to call them, like less official sites, I guess.
Black market sites.
Yeah, like black market sites. Like they'll just make shit up.
Non-reliable.
Yeah, they'll just be like, could CM Punk be making a return? He spoke the other day, sources say, and then they'll say sources say, and then there'll be no source. And you're just like, where's the source? Like, and these stories come and go, and then the funniest thing about this is, like, when they make that story, then, like, some of the other crappy websites that are run by just Bobby Buttfuck, like, those sites pick it up, and then if you look at the YWC people, a lot of the internet wrestling shows, almost nobody picks it up, except Seanzview will definitely pick it up and definitely comment on it, because it's a link to the article down below. But it's like this is wrong. Like, this isn't real. It's like the most tabloidy tabloid of tabloid, because they are making it up, and then he covers it. It's not even a hearsay. Like, if WrestleZone comes out with, hey, there's a rumor that this is happening, I could see somebody picking that up and be like, hey, this is what's being said. But it's not that. It's like fucking like rope rust radio fucking fire shoot show, like, or fucking underthemattoffire.com says that CM Punk has AIDS and it's fucking
terminal.
Eva Marie's fault. Yeah, it's terminal. He's got AIDS. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, like, and then it's I don't know, but somehow it becomes a story. I don't know. You go to the site, you're like, how
CM Punk has AIDS. Will this release to his WWE return?
He's on his AIDS return tour.
What? That makes no sense.
I like that.
No, that's why I kind of like, I'm very that's why I kind of like restructured my shit on my channel a little bit, is because when it's kind of a double-edged sword, because when something breaking happens in wrestling, and the same thing, Joe, you want to like cover it like ASAP to, part of it is to get the viewership and get the people watching, but also like to cover it and get the attention and the exposure. But sometimes you hear these really crazy claims and you're like, I don't know. And so instead of doing that, where I'm like rushing and scrambling to possibly, talk about something that might even be fucking real, I just wait until the very end. That's why I do that one show at the weekend every Saturday night. So that way, by that time, anything that might be breaking, like, okay, let's see what else. Like, let's wait for the fucking details, because there's so much shit out there. It's difficult to sift through it sometimes. It's fucking aggravating.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, letting things slip that weren't exactly verified, Liv Morgan accidentally posted the NXT script for tonight's tapings.
Yeah.
On her Instagram.
I heard about that.
It was deleted 7 minutes later.
How did she accidentally do that?
I guess she took a picture of it, and it wasn't supposed to post on Instagram. It was like an automatic upload or something. It wasn't intentional, but she took a picture of it to send to somebody, and then it got uploaded.
Yeah, like somebody was like, hey, what's the sheet for tonight? And she's like, I'll take a picture of it and send it to you.
But why Liv?
Apparently she was at tonight's tapings. That's all we know so far.
But that's weird, because she's up on the main roster.
Yeah, but she could have just been there visiting somebody, or because I mean, anything's possible, But still, you figure she wasn't that long ago on NXT. She still could be friends with people or live in the area or something. But yeah, I mean, she went ahead and let it known that Zelina Vega is making her in-ring debut against Candice LeRae, and quite a bit. So people are. She'll be in hot water. That's for sure.
No surprise on that one.
It was screenshotted immediately and reposted everywhere. So
shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll see her get her ass kicked on TV, or we won't see her at all.
I take a picture of every top rope fucking rundown, but I'm not gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, but
nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit.
DVDs.
Nobody gives a shit if it's got a check mark next to fucking goddamn Devil's Reject versus Teddy Goods. But
one of the things I wanted to note too is, you really love that ladder match. Like I extremely enjoyed it, but you seem to really love it. And do you know who produced it?
The NXT one?
Wait a second.
Did you happen to hear?
Is it going to be? Let me start guessing a little bit. Was it somebody in NXT?
No.
Is it somebody from the main roster?
No one active today.
No one active today. It's an agent in the back. All right. It was it the Was it a former tag team?
No. It's
No.
yes and no. I mean,
was it Devon Dudley?
No, it wasn't actually.
Oh,
somebody had said that.
You
but
didn't know?
Was it Road Dogg?
No, actually.
I wouldn't
I
think.
was surprised when I
Hold
heard
on.
it.
So it's an agent that's on the main roster usually.
Yes,
Produced
one
the ladder
agent
match.
and then one consultant.
Ooh, shit. I'm gonna throw two random names out there: D. Malenko, Adam Pearce.
No, apparently
Okay, give it to me.
it was Shawn Michaels and
Okay.
Michael Hayes.
Wow.
You know, Michael Hayes can pull off some great shit when he does it, when he gets it right.
Yeah.
And if that's, I mean, this is what I read. It was online over the weekend, and that certainly is true. I mean, I believe it because apparently they designed several of the spots. And I mean,
believe that.
obviously the talent in between put it all
Do
together.
you remember when I said when Ricochet got clotheslined at the end and he fell out of the ring and the goddamn guy looked like Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, I remember you said
That's
that.
what made me chuckle when I read that.
That's
yeah.
really funny, yeah, because that whole ladder match reminded me of because while it did look remind you a little bit of how there's 6 men, it's so spotty but somehow they were able to make me feel like it was really happening and it wasn't all these sort of planned spots. So that's what was impressive to me because normally I don't like ladder matches, multi-man. I love classic, just one-on-one ladder matches. I just love them. I love two guys and a ladder and the belt. I love, Razor Shawn Michaels. I love Shawn Michaels. Even Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels had a hardcore match. The fuck was that? But it's I love when it's Triple H and The Rock. I even kind of like that one. But I don't like multi-men ladder matches all the time.
Because it's overkill.
Yeah, it's just too much happening all over the place. And it's exciting, but it's not the same thing. But I thought those guys really captured as close to that feeling as possible. If that makes any sense, it's weird. I will go back and watch that ladder match probably multiple times again. But there's so many other ones I won't. And so that's why credit given to them.
There were so many good spots with it. I was actually watching some highlights of it between because you had EC3 debuting, you had Ricochet, who just, in my opinion, Ricochet stole the show. But there were so many unique elements of it that everybody had a. It wasn't just Joe, you've seen them too. We've had Money in the Bank ladder matches where guys are just fucking there for bodies. They're not doing anything. There's no highlight with them. They might do one cool spot, but you don't
They're
really.
They're just there to take hits. Yeah.
Yeah, they're there to take punishment. Where this one, I felt like this one, every single person had a moment or a couple of moments to truly really get themselves over. Even Sullivan and Dane had some good spots in there. Ricochet looked like a freaking. They're gonna push him to the fucking moon, and they better.
Yeah, that
NXT.
Vader bomb spot. The Vader bomb spot was incredible. And, when you had Adam Cole turn on EC3 after he did, EC3, baby, and then he did all the super kicks. And, I mean, each spot was executed excellent. Everything was perfect. But like Joe said, it really made a huge difference. This is one of the things we said in the review, that there was nobody sitting in the corner looking up at the title waiting to go into the ring. Everybody was always busy. I just rewatched it, and everybody was always had a purpose in mind. They weren't sleeping as we usually see Money in the Bank matches.
Yeah, people become dead and then they lay in the ring and they're looking around and it's
for the most
terrible.
spots, the spots made sense.
Yeah, that's what it was. They weren't just doing things to do them. It seemed to make a lot of sense. And yeah, that's right. With Shawn Michaels booking it, man, maybe that's what did it. Because, like you said, Michael Hayes can book pretty good. Sometimes
When he does it well. He does it well.
Yeah, he does a lot of the same things a lot of times. But when he does, like you said, he does some things that are really pretty good. And for Shawn to come in there, that makes sense. And dude, they made Ricochet seem like he was this just God.
Yeah, pretty much.
They made, and that's the other thing too, is they seem to make everybody in the match seem very important. Velveteen Dream also, he seemed massively important. He was really charismatic. He was going full fucking Macho Man, Bobby Roode, or Rick Rude, rather.
Rick Rude, yeah.
Like, just all these things rolled into one, but he has his own feel and look, so it's cool. Like, the Velveteen Dream, dude, man, he jumped up as high almost as Shane jumping off the cage, like off that ladder into the ring.
Yeah, that elbow spot was insane.
That was crazy.
I thought he was going to shatter his fucking elbow, to be honest with you. I'm like,
dude,
there's no way he's going to take that the right way.
I'd be more scared to do that than to fucking do some other things. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'd almost rather go off a ladder outside through ladders than fucking jump that high off a giant ladder in the ring, like onto that fucking board.
Yeah, that was a fucking killer opener.
And then everything Ricochet did, man, yeah, it was great. It was another level. I loved that match. Like, I'm gonna go back and watch it. I mean, maybe I don't know where that would be on my top ladder matches, but it's up there like 6 or 7 out of 10, maybe 5. I don't know, top 5, 6, 7. Something like that.
Yeah, I'd put it in top 5 for sure.
And we're talking, what? I mean, Jesus.
And that's the other thing, too, is that NXT doesn't do these, like, crazy stipulation matches that frequently. So when they do something like this, it means that much more. As opposed to, like, hey, it's fucking Raw. What episode is it? 1500. Fuck, we have a ladder match. And just fucking throw it out there for no fucking reason.
Yeah, right?
I think Morrow said, like, only, like, the second or... No, not the second. It was, like, the 4th ladder match in NXT history. It wasn't. They haven't done it that many times.
Yeah, no, they haven't. And I wish they would do a little bit more stuff, but I get it. But it always does. It feels special when they do things over there. And so
well, that's why. See, that when it does come down to these types of matches with a stipulation, it does feel special. We don't get it all the time, so it becomes, a spectacle, and that's a good thing. That's the thing that we were saying before. Things feel bland and overproduced and overused, and we don't have those special moments as much as we used to. No disqualification doesn't feel like it used to. I mean, even the hardcore title, when they had the 24/7 rule, it was fun, but it wore out its welcome. But it was still something different. When they kept trying to change it up and one up themselves, and that's why they had to take it away, because eventually they hit a wall with it. But I think they could be a little bit more inventful, with matches and things like that, throwing things in here and there. I just wish there was a purpose behind it. It seems like nowadays a lot of times we get matches without rhyme or reason. It's a theme pay-per-view. That's what bothers me. I miss when we had Judgment Day and Backlash and No Mercy and instead of Elimination Chamber, instead of Hell in a Cell, instead of Extreme Rules. That's just my personal preference, but...
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. You want to talk about the elephant in the room? Do you know what it is?
My mom's upstairs, so know what?
No, not that. Oh my God! The hell?
Jesus.
No.
What is the elephant?
I'll come up there and rub one out on her. No. It is the Rusev has a casket match.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Scott sent this to me at like 4 a.m, and I was trying to fall asleep. I roll over and I laughed. I was like, haha, because he always sends me memes and things like that. Scott Frame. And he's like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, haha, then I see this morning that it was actually true. And Rusev's response was classic.
Yeah, that's the part I laughed my ass off more than anything else.
What is up with that? Like, is he joking around? Are they ribbing us like off this stuff, or like? I wonder.
I have no idea.
I'm not so sure. I mean, he literally retweeted WWE's announcement of the breaking news saying the Undertaker will battle Rusev in a casket match, in Saudi Arabia. And Rusev simply says, "Bury me softly, brother."
I started laughing and I'm like, this guy really wants to be fired. Or they told him to do this because it would get like press, but wouldn't just announcing the Undertaker get press. So he just seems like he's being a shithead. Like, I can't make any sense of why they would say go ahead and do this. But then again, this is the same company that said, let's say Brock Lesnar will be there when he won't be.
I still am scratching my head that they're going to be like, hey, we're not going to tell you we're going to do Cena versus Taker at WrestleMania until literally the day of the fucking show. But LOL, we're going to announce this Rusev versus Taker casket match. So John Cena fucking argues and calls out Undertaker for fucking a month. And then they just announce on fucking Twitter that Rusev's fighting him. The fuck?
That is bizarre. I don't know, dude. I don't know what to make of any of this anymore. I have no idea what to make of any of this shit anymore.
I don't know how to
fucking
handle
it's
this.
a stacked card, though. I mean, that Saudi Arabia show, say what you will about it, they're dumping so much into this.
Isn't it starting to feel like it's going to be better than Mania?
It's bigger than.
I was just thinking the same thing.
We each said that the other day, but really, when I was like, yeah, no funny comment. But really, when you start to break it down,
no,
it feels that way in a sense.
Dude, listen, I'm sorry. Like, if maybe the people that loved Mania will disagree, but I gave Mania a 4 out of 10. And if I gave Mania a 4 out of 10, this thing could beat Mania. And I'm gonna watch it. I know a lot of people are boycotting it because they're fucking dickheads. There won't be any women there, right? Right. Fucking scumbags. We've talked about this for 2 weeks now, about Saudi Arabia and fucking leaving the women at home. WWE is such a fucking proponent of women's revolution and women's this and women's that. But the women, there'll be women fans in the audience because they asked permission to go for their husbands or whatever the fuck. I just think the WWE is out of their minds. Is this? I don't even know. Listen, 978's on the phone. We're opening the phone lines. What's up? Hey, 978.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
Not too bad. Just calling in. This pay-per-view that's coming up right now, the Saudi Arabia one. Do you think they're going to try to push along a lot of storylines, or do you think it's just going to be like a one and done kind of high spots kind of thing?
I honestly, dude, I'm not kidding about this. Right now I'm 60%. 60% in my opinion. I'm at 60% that Roman Reigns is going to win the belt. And I don't know why.
No.
But I'm at 60% right now. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe they'll do it. I don't know, but it's just really weird, man. I'm confused.
I have a problem right now with how I feel about this as well. The thing is that Roman Reigns cut a very... I had to go back and listen to it because I kind of just wrote it off. But he made some poetic statements, and if you really break it down and listen to what he had to say, he said some very important facts that I don't think everybody picked up on Raw. He said that when he walked into Mania, everyone was talking behind his back, and Vince couldn't look him in the eyes. He said that clear as day. He said, Vince couldn't look me in the eyes, and I heard the whispers in the hallway. And then I read this report, clear as day here, that says backstage details, Roman, up until a week before, was told he was winning the title. And then apparently it seems that this has been reported by people that I seem to trust that are usually correct. It says Vince kept this close to his chest, and almost no one else knew other than himself, Lesnar, and some other high-level staff. They said that Reigns walked into the ring thinking he was winning the match. Most writers and producers for the company also believed the big dog was going to win. Vince McMahon went to great lengths to protect the fact that Brock Lesnar signed a new deal prior to WrestleMania 34. Roman was also swerved and was told only after he had entered the ring. The referee did know only when he entered the ring. The ref was told, this is how it's going to happen, and you'll count to 3. So he knew, but he wasn't told that Lesnar was winning until he was in the ring. So it says, he didn't know until the match was going on.
Jesus.
Roman Reigns was winning the
like
championship. Yeah, it's different people. Like Meltzer says, Roman Reigns was winning the championship. I'm not sure when that changed, but it was very late in the day. Could have been in the last week or so the idea started to float around, but it was at the last minute, though. So
that's my thing. I don't see why they would...
Roman walked down that ramp that night, if you go by this report, thinking that he was going to leave WrestleMania the fucking champion. Love the guy, hate the guy. Think about that. Really think about that. Your boss, everybody tells you, you're going to win the belt, you're going to leave Mania the champion, you're going to vanquish Brock Lesnar.
That happens all the time, though, kind of, in a way. Not
I know,
this close, but...
Vince changes his mind all the fucking time. I've heard that before, too.
No, I know, but being that it's WrestleMania, I figured... And then, so to hear Reigns cut that kind of promo the next night saying that, Vince couldn't even look me in the eye that day, and he might be just, kayfabing it up. But it could be a bit of a work shoot as well.
Well, it's almost blaming it on Roman, but don't the writers have just as much blame in it? I mean, it's the way they book him, the way they present him, the way they force him down everyone's throat, and then they're going to kind of... It's almost like he's ashamed of Reigns for it. It doesn't really seem right.
I'm just saying there's a lot of other angles and factors to look at here. It's a very odd situation all around. You figure they push Roman endlessly all to swerve the audience, so...
Well, the protocol is to wrap everything up at Mania with a nice little bow, and I see that where like that could easily get derailed. My only guess is that they fucking must have gotten some sort of super amazing deal to go to Saudi Arabia, because why else would they, in theory, and I hate saying this because I people are like, oh, they sabotage this, sabotage that, but it feels like they would sabotage WrestleMania to get this other show over. I think we're pretty much in agreement right now. This Saudi Arabia show, like Joe just said, could very easily beat WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, there's pictures here with Vince and Triple H with the prince that invited them over there, presenting him a championship belt. And, I mean, it's a very prestigious thing that they were involved in for all the contract signings and celebrations beforehand. You know, it's almost like a kind of like a religious ceremony, you know, for them to go through all this.
I was still mad at Mania. Like, if you were in my living room with a live feed of me, I mean, I may have come off like a spoiled brat, especially to Roman Reigns fans. People that are Roman fans probably think I'm a scumbag. But I was yelling things. I yelled things at the TV like, really? He gets the kick out of like 4 F5s or whatever the fuck? And then like, oh my God, and he gets blood? Fuck this guy. Like, it made me madder that he kicked out of like 1,000,000 F5s and that he was bleeding. Like, that pissed me off. I started to get really mad.
Well, that was one of the things that I read as well, is that's part of the reason why Brock was quote-unquote mad afterwards. They didn't have this big explosion. That was bullshit. But they did have a bit of words, because I guess Roman, you know, was kind of like, I don't know if, you know, it could be true. I'm like I said, not positive where I stand, but just going off of several reports, Roman kind of, you know,
Roman did look,
he wasn't supposed to.
I will say Roman looked a little surprised. I don't know if that's because, you know, he didn't think he was going to bleed that much or what, but he definitely looked surprised. Like, Roman looked shocked, like that he was that much, not shocked, but he was like, oh shit, you know, like you could see that it's like, I mean, you're bleeding that much, you know. At one point he was like rubbing it on himself, and just like, he must have just thought it was crazy. But I mean, it probably worked. It's probably all worked out in the back. Lesnar threw the same elbows. He knows how to throw. They did it once to Orton, so Vince lets him do it to Orton.
Yeah, he knows how to open up someone the hard way safely.
Right, yeah, and I mean, like,
that's even a way to phrase it.
That's the worst way to phrase it. I know, but
yeah, I'll open.
That's the way to say it, though.
We'll open.
There was
you
no
up the hard
bleeding
way,
there, though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think that it was all, I don't know. I feel like it was all fairly planned. I mean, it might have been last minute that the winner was changed for sure, and I think that the WWE's been going for shock recently, or for trying to swerve you a little bit on things over everything else. And yeah, I didn't see Roman. Everyone saw Roman winning, so it kind of makes sense that Brock won, because everyone saw Roman winning. And right now, although they're going all out for Roman most of the time, they seem to, like, you know, they'll go out for Roman. They'll do whatever they can to get Roman there. You know, they'll still choose the swerve over Roman now at this point. Like, they will choose the unpredictable thing over Roman. They did it with Roman. I feel like
they'll also choose Brock over Roman.
Then they'll choose Brock over Roman, right? As long as it's Brock or somebody that's like, that can be legitimately better than him. I still think that they're searching to justify who's better than Brock. I think that's how they
would
feel.
Choose Brock over anybody in the company at this point.
They're gonna have to start figuring something out though soon, because we're bored as shit, dude. They were fucking playing with beach balls. They were chanting, "This is awful," in your main event. They were chanting, "This is awful." They were playing with fucking beach balls. They were jerking each other off. They were getting into fights on their own in the fucking crowd, because that main event sucked. When's the last main event where people chanted, "This is awful"? And people started tweeting out, like, now we're going to pull the beach balls out. Time to pull the beach balls out. Like, there were, like, coordinated efforts of people that were there that were going to pull beach balls out because fuck this match. It literally...
I mean, 32 is close.
Do you know what? Do you know what the main event reminded me of? For me?
What?
It reminded me of the fucking election in the U.S. I looked at the ballot and I saw Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, and I just went, I'm not going. I'm not going to the box. And so many Americans did that. So many Americans. I know there was a lot of people that were like, fucking yeah, Trump. And then there was many Americans that were like, I love Hillary. Like, but there was a large chunk of Americans that just looked at the ballot box and just said, fuck this, I'm staying home. I give up. That's what people felt like in the main event. There was fucking Brock Lesnar versus Roman. They were like, okay, cool, the big brute fuckhead who a lot of times doesn't even want to wrestle in matches, and he doesn't even show up at all ever to in the company with the belt. Or do we want the guy who gets pushed down our throats all the time? Like, I think we'll just fuck it. Let's play with beach balls and chant "This is awful."
And on top of it, some people said, like, Lean just said in the chat, Smarks trolled the main event over a rumor like man children. Well, no, even people thinking that Brock was leaving, I don't think that played into this factor really as much.
It wouldn't have mattered if fucking Brock was not leaving, if he had already signed 3 years, if fucking Roman had signed, if Roman was dying of cancer, if Roman was wearing pink, if Brock was not the champion, if the match, whatever the fuck. The people are sick of this match already. The minute that they fucking said it, people were like, oh, Brock versus Roman, okay. Nobody wanted to see it. Nobody fucking trolled the shit out of it, and all they did was they were bored. People were bored. I'm telling
you, Joe, we should not go to Mania next year. We should just do everything but. That's what we were talking about. Like, just
I agree.
This is kind of the reason why I was actually talking about this with somebody else. I'm like, I did the whole the package in 32 and did like everything all in that one swoop. But if I had to go back and change it, I wouldn't have gone to WrestleMania. I would have done everything else, done TakeOver, maybe even Raw and SmackDown afterwards. But like, I would honestly just sit at home and watch Mania from there, but do everything else, because when you have shit like this happen and you don't know what you're gonna get, and you pay like so much fucking money for these tickets, it's like it's disheartening to not want to go.
Yeah, I just like to sit back and watch it on TV, and we can go to NXT. It's way fun. Like, it was so fun at NXT last year, so I had a blast, and I wasn't even the closest either. I mean, I was right in the middle as the bowl starts to rise up, and I felt like I was right there, and it was really fun. I love that shit. I would try to get close, tickets close if we could next year. Let me play a couple of these donations, see what you guys are saying. 718, I was going to put you on a few minutes ago, and then we lost you. So if you guys want to call, 339-226-6610. Phone lines are open. And on top of that, the donations are down below. The link is down below for the Streamlabs. If you guys want to donate, support the show, keep us going here, feel free to drop something, ask questions, comments, or say some shit, and we'll see where we're at here. Abel Salas Jr. chimed in a minute ago. What's up, Abel? Oh, there he is. I had the fucking thing over here. I'm stupid. I'm a fucking...
And happy birthday to Gravy's wife, Shelby. So happy birthday.
What's up, Shelby? How you doing? I might see you guys in Hartford this week. I'm still working on that whole deal.
Happy birthday. Here's a reason you don't want to go to Mania, because fans are advised to seek medical attention after a confirmed measles outbreak in New Orleans.
Oh, my God.
Fox 8 New Orleans. Liz just sent me this. Fox 8 New Orleans reporter Alan Henry is reporting that WWE fan from the UK was struck down with measles and hospitalized Saturday, was in attendance of the Hall of Fame and WrestleMania weekend, and measles is highly contagious, and they're asking people to go and seek medical attention if you were at the shows.
I swear
Symptoms
to God,
of measles appear about 7 to 14 days after a person is infected. So,
aren't they vaccinated?
Coming from the UK, I don't know if they do or have all the vaccinations over there. I'm sure they're I don't know if it's required. I don't know the facts. So
if people don't, I'm telling you, man, if people, as fucked up as vaccines are, if you don't vaccinate, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna be like you'll have fucking plagues of people dying, like, as opposed to like some goofy shit that they put in your body. 502, we could get in the whole thing about that. 502, what's up?
Oh, hello.
Hey, 502, you're live. What's up, man?
Oh, none. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Hey, great. Just enjoying the show. You guys are putting up a really interesting conversation.
I hope so. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just sit here and we talk about each other's mothers.
Yeah, it seems.
Yeah, what's up, man? What do you got?
All right. What did you guys think about Color returning back to WWE like full time?
Talking
you
about,
guys
like,
okay with that?
You mean Blood or?
Yeah, Blood.
I mean,
call me crazy, but yeah, I like that.
No, I love Blood. Listen, I like Blood when it happens, like, once in a while, but like every 3-4 months it happens or something. I don't like it when I don't necessarily like it remember when Ric Flair was like cutting himself on fucking like Raw every week for a while? Like
Oh yeah.
that
Even I was
Like a
worried.
fucking fountain.
like I honestly can almost not tell you all the times he cut himself. I can't tell you. But I can tell you WrestleMania 8. That was when it was effective. I loved WrestleMania 8 when Ric Flair was bleeding. Roddy Piper busted open the Hitman. I like when it sort of means something. I thought Johnny Gargano and Ciampa, they should have had blood. I don't think Roman and Brock needed it because it didn't feel like to me that needed it for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't know. I just thought it was dumb in that match. But
Like the story.
yeah,
and
like
all that, like
but
the stakes.
but like say Charlotte Flair and Asuka had gone another 5 minutes. I would have liked to see one of them cut open. That would have been interesting to me. I thought if that match went 5 more minutes and one of them got busted open, and I think it should have been Charlotte because of her dad, I think that would have been, dude, I would have marked out for that. And I do want to see more blood. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, good point. That would have been really fitting for Charlotte.
I would have her white hair and she's bleeding and shit. Like it would have been holy shit, dude. If they went to the outside, I would have done it when she got suplexed onto the pavement or whatever it was onto the mat, and then I would have had Asuka fucking undo the mat, suplex her again into the cement, and then I would have had her pick up Charlotte and throw her into the post, right into the throw her into the post, and then she fucking gets busted open, right? And so then Charlotte's bleeding.
Yes.
Then she throws her in the ring and she's beating her up for a second, and that's when they go into the stuff with, Charlotte reversing and then eventually Charlotte putting her in the fucking figure 8, and that would have been badass. And that match would have become one of the matches of the year, and it would have been the females, and it would have been the championship, and god damn it, it would have been sick. That's how I would have booked that.
If you do it appropriately at the right times, it's awesome. If you do it way too much and they're fucking bleeding every single match, like Joe, I just sent you the link in the chat of
That's so
this.
classic.
You got to see this Ric Flair. It's so Flair's cutting a promo on Triple H, and he's got a bandage over the cut he got from the previous fight. He takes the Band-Aid off and starts punching himself in the cut, and he just bleeds everywhere.
He fucking explodes.
I mean, it's bad.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fucking promo.
I
Who
remember
am I
this.
remember when Eddie damn near died from bleeding?
Yeah, actually,
He lost
Oh my
how
god,
much blood?
dude!
Remember that?
He's bleeding so much. I didn't remember this.
Ric Flair, yeah, that's why I was laughing.
Insane. What in the world? What?
Busted himself open and just punched that cut.
This must have been when I stopped watching at the time, because there was a time when I would say that in my 33 years, I probably missed about 2 years total of WWE, and this was around the time that I missed a lot of it. This is crazy. But yeah, this was it. He was like bleeding every week, and it was like so when Brock smashes Roman in the head with his elbow and he starts bleeding, to me that's not wrestling. Like I feel like that's not wrestling. When Brock smashes you in the head and the skull with his elbow and you get busted open, to me, that's not wrestling. I don't like that. And when Roman was bleeding everywhere, I just didn't like that. I thought it was dumb and cheap.
It feels more like UFC since he's an MMA fighter.
Yeah, I don't like it. I like when Stone Cold goes into a barricade and it looks like he hit his head off the barricade. Then he's bleeding everywhere, and then he comes in the ring and he's bleeding, and then he passes out and he's bleeding. I like when, Ric Flair gets punched with a stiff punch and then thrown into the fucking post, and then he's bleeding. I like when the same thing happens with Roddy Piper and the Hitman. Somebody got hit with a bell, I think, in it or something. But it looks like a wrestling situation. It looks like wrestling. Like you're not 100% sure how it happened, but you kind of are. And then the guy's bleeding. I don't like when it's just like straight up.
like that with Flair.
If you can just bash someone with an elbow in the head, I mean it. Yeah, and Flair, whatever the fuck Flair was doing at this time. But see, Flair has had great moments when he was bleeding, when it added to the match a lot. But he's also had a lot of unnecessary bleeding times. Did he bleed? I think he bled against Mankind when I was in attendance for SummerSlam
06?
Yeah, 06.
I was there for that too. Yes, he did.
He had that. There was a hardcore match. He went into thumbtacks. He Mick Foley had the barbed wire board or whatever.
Yeah, actually, I have it right here. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Dude, where were you sitting for that? I was 8 rows behind the announce table.
I was way in the back because I got the tickets like kind of last minute. But yeah, actually, here's the highlight video.
That was 2006.
Benoit used to bleed every now and again too, and it would be like, "Oh dear God!"
Yeah, but Flair takes the fucking.
Oh, Flair obviously is the winner. But,
he must be on that fucking thinning blood fucking medication because it's just coming right out. It's
like
just
a heparin
fucking
type thing, yeah.
Dude, it is.
I remember there were memes about this, about like, yeah. Pull it back though. Pull it back to when like he's like. He starts
right here.
off with the fucking Band-Aid, just rips it off in the
He's
promo,
right here.
And
he rips off. He rips off the Band-Aid here.
And then watch.
Then he punches himself.
And it just goes like a fucking fountain.
And then it just starts bleeding and bleeding.
Mind you, look.
I mean, he looks like a goddamn madman.
Look at that.
and it kind of, it was. If you rewatch the promo, like as insane as it is,
looks like a
it
mummy.
works. He's calling out Triple H, so it like kind of works.
The amount of fucking blood though is like over the top.
Dude,
because I'm like, he's not even out in the fucking like. Triple H hasn't said anything. He's not even fucking out in the ring yet.
Dude, he looks he looks like Tales from the Crypt here, Connor. Look at this.
Oh my God, he does. Dry it, mommy.
Then it gets really bad right here.
Yeah, but the best part is like. This is Triple H hasn't even come out yet, and so when the entrance hits, he's just standing there like that, covered in blood, with Triple H's music hitting.
Did Triple H start laughing at all? Because like, how do you keep him?
Look at him. He's like, "What the fuck do I do?
What am I gonna do to him? He's already."
Holy shit!
I just say like, well, you know, Rick. It looks like I don't need to do anything because you're already covered in your own blood because you're so stupid.
God.
I don't even know. What do you say to him? Like, what?
Want a Band-Aid?
Rick, do you want me to get you a Band-Aid, Rick?
I have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Band-Aid I can get for you.
Rick, the 4 horsemen want to donate their blood to you. The 3 other horsemen.
I don't know if you were watching.
Just don't get it from Abdul the Butcher.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
I don't know if
dude.
you were watching at this point in time, but if you go to like a minute 23 in, I was going to bring this up a while ago when we were talking about Mysterio, but I remember there being like a big issue with parents saying that it was disturbing to watch the way they did it, but Kali lifts up Rey Mysterio and squeezes his head, and then he starts bleeding from his mouth like he crushed his skull.
This.
Oh my God!
Love this.
I don't
know if you had ever seen this. Joe.
No, I never saw that. No, I never saw that.
This.
He lifts him up, and Ray sells it.
Man, I hated that time. I stopped watching.
I couldn't stand Kali, but as soon as he lifts him up, he starts squeezing his head, and you see all the blood dripping from his mouth, and it looks very visceral, like pretty brutal. The way he sold it, you just see him squeeze his head.
That was good stuff.
Mass slides, and I know a lot of families were, pretty perturbed and disturbed.
It's weird it's weird that they started getting they actually started doing more blood around that time than like the Attitude Era. That's what I always thought that was weird because they had already hooked people back in again. You thought they would like tone it back a little bit, and if they had done that and had blood every once in a while, they might have still be TV-14 now or something, But because they they really went hardcore with it, it was like, oh yeah, Jesus Christ, right? That is fucking.
It's
oh
very,
my God, is it
horror movie-esque? It looks
shit.
like a killer, eyes wide.
That looks more realistic than what we just saw fucking Flair do.
That's the fucking one with Tom Cruise. What's the name with Kane?
Oh my God, yeah, like this looks fucking.
What was the name of the movie he did?
See No Evil.
See No Evil.
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut is with Tom Cruise.
This is terrifying.
I'm fantastic.
But yeah, the best.
I'm 2 for 2.
The craziest. I think the craziest blade jobs were between Eddie Guerrero, or I shouldn't say blade jobs, but just blood, was Eddie Guerrero. The other one was, remember Cena with JBL? When Cena first won the title?
Yeah, dude, that was I never saw that either, and I saw that back not a few years ago, and I went, what the fuck did I miss here? He's bleeding everywhere, dude. He was really cut.
I recall. I don't remember the match. Maybe
it was I Quit Judgment Day 05.
I think Roman.
That one I remember. But there was a match with Hulk Hogan, and it was when he made his return around that time, like in the 2006-8, somewhere around that period. Could have even been around 2004, maybe. But he bled so much, and I mean so much.
This isn't even here. Let me see if I can pull the picture up. But this isn't even like. This is after. Come on. Trying to find the match here, or the match, the photo.
D. Wells, call back, man. I'm sorry I missed your call, D. Wells. D motherfucking Wells.
Talk about blood. Here's a bad one.
Oh, let me play a donation real quick too while we're hanging out here. Give me one second. I'm gonna mute you guys. Can you guys hear these? Let me know if you hear them.
No.
No? All right, let's see if I can trigger them. He is the perfect 10.
Just want to thank all three of you for amazing coverage of WrestleMania weekend and all. The follow-up.
Firefly Musings, what's up? Thank you very much for the $10. That is the perfect 10 donation. That said thank you to all of us for the coverage during WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, thank you, Firefly. I was responding to her on Twitter before. Thank you so much.
She lives right near us. She's right up the road from me. One day I'll see her somewhere. Thank you very much for that.
Page Hair, Joe
Bry
Hair,
Guy.
Jake Hair, Connor Hair, Bry Guy Hair. I'm expecting WWE to fuck up the superstar shakeup once again. It's gonna feel rushed. They never plan things out long term. PUBG later.
Bry Guy, yes, I'm going to be playing some PUBG tonight, baby. Woo! Thank you, Bry Guy, for the $5. Thank you, guys. If you guys want to donate, get them in now. And also call now. D Wells is on. D Wells, give me 1 second, man. I'm going to try one more thing. You guys can't hear these yet, right?
No.
Okay, let me try one more thing. Give me a couple minutes. Got a couple donations coming in. They jellyfiff. I went down the street yesterday and everybody I seen was jellyfiff my ass.
Jellyfiff.
Why you always gotta be motherfucking jellyfiff?
Jellyfiff.
Hey Joe and Jake and Connor, love the show. Hope all is well, guys. Mike Daniels, thanks, Mike. Hey, Mike usually says bad things to somebody. Thank you, Mike. You're the shit, dude. Thanks for always dropping a couple bucks and keeping the show alive, keeping these shows going. If you guys didn't drop the donations, we'd be fucked. By the way, lots of extra content going up to Patreon. A couple things went up today. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Make sure you guys sign up over there. $2 a month, $1 a month, $5 a month, and then you're in the Cronin Club. If you're in the Cronin Club, you get just about everything. And while we're waiting here, I'm just going to add Bird real quick.
For you males out there going to the WWE Saudi Arabia show, you can drop off your women at my house where I will give them an even greater show.
Millionaire Bruce Wayne. No, because if they have the permission, they can go to the Saudi Arabia show. The greatest rumble. The greatest rumble that left the ladies at home. How come the women performers can't perform, but the women can get their daddy's permission or whatever to go to the show? I don't quite get that, but somebody can explain that to me later when we get back after I finish my experiment here trying to mute the
Roman
shoe.
should be happy he didn't win the title at Mania. He'll get to win it in front of a friendly crowd that's just happy they're watching wrestling. And if the women were the show, they'd have to go in this trash bags they make women wear over there.
Yeah, Abel. Oh my God, man. I know, dude. I honestly, dude, I'm 60% sure now that Roman might win this belt over there. I mean, I'm not fucking kidding. They're going for the cheap pop, maybe. I don't know. Abel Salas Jr. Thank you, Abel Salas Jr. for the donation. Pop Paper Chasin'. Thank you for the subscription, whether it's on Joe Cronin Show or on JCS Gaming. If you guys are subbing, make sure you guys sub down to Battle Royal Battalion, my gaming channel, which we go live from right now. But if you want to be subscribed to the Real Wrestling channel, get over to Joe Cronin Show.
Spend my day working on the Cronin Show. Gotta make that cash to get inside Leah's hole.
Oh.
I can't wait to be inside her sweet snatch tonight.
Dubaj, Dubba J. Is it Dubba J? Dubba J. Spend my day working on the Cronin Show. Gotta make that cash to get inside Leah's hole. I can't wait to be inside Leah's snatch tonight. Oh, the pussy tastes like candy. I don't know. Thanks for the $5, man. Why'd you say you're right here, Leah? We know that.
Don't even try.
But the guy donated about your snatch, he said.
10.
What? He just wanted. Here he comes. He is the perfect future endeavor. Dillinger.
1. Mankind vs. Undertaker Hell in the Cell 2.
Yeah.
HHH vs. Shawn Michaels No Holds Bar 3. Brock Lesnar vs. Undertaker Hell in the Cell 2002.
Yeah, I mean, best bloody matches, he says. Yeah, I don't even know if, like, I love those matches you just mentioned. I do. And there's not a lot of bloody matches in the WWF going back, and WWE, WWF going back. WrestleMania 5, Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man, there was blood. Hogan bled in that one. I think Slaughter bled at WrestleMania 7. And I think that was it up until WrestleMania. Oh, WrestleMania 8, there was 2 bloodies. Then nothing, 9, 10. Mike Daniels says Ken's a fat sack of shit. Thank you, Mike Daniels. $3. WrestleMania 10, nobody bled, I don't think. WrestleMania 11, nobody bled. WrestleMania 12, I don't know if anybody did.
I don't think anybody bled at 12.
WrestleMania 13, Austin,
and during the submission match.
Nobody at 14. I don't think anybody did at 15 even.
No, I don't think anybody
Big Boss
did
Man
15.
didn't, right? Yeah, no.
No. The
there was
Rock
a hardcore
might have.
match then, right?
Yeah,
but
I
no
don't-
blood. Was that the Battle Royal?
Yeah, nobody bled still.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking of.
Man, I miss Crash coming with the freaking scale.
Oh, God, that was terrible. Somebody got hit with that one time. It was terrifying.
I just remember he just like dropped back and like just let it go. I'm like, Jesus.
Hey, D Wells is on the phone. What's up, D Wells? Waiting patiently.
What's up, Joe? How y'all doing?
What's up, D Wells? No, what's up, D?
Hey, guys,
Oh, wait, Skyler Fat.
did you say Monday night?
Can you guys hear these?
Yes.
Yeah, fine.
Yay.
Wait, especially when Roman Reigns went crazy and pulled out his penis. I like Roman Reigns' penis. My name is Skyler Fat.
My name is I Gobble JD's dick.
Let's not forget Undertaker vs. Stone Cold First Blood match. That TV shot to the head to Taker was badass and was a great match.
Oh, yeah. That was it a great match? That was one of those ones where, like, I felt like the ending was all right. But you know what? Just call me Luke. Thanks for the 12-12, Luke. You know what, though? That had to follow fucking Mankind and The Undertaker, didn't it? That wasn't the first blood match Kane in Austin?
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Shit bum. I don't remember.
If Rusev didn't get buried at WrestleMania, he'd definitely be buried in Saudi Arabia.
Millionaire Bruce. Yeah, now he's really going to get buried. There was all kinds of jokes about that today. But
So there were 2 first blood matches. Well, not 2. There's more than 2.
Oh.
There was the first one was Kane and Austin.
Okay,
Right.
so that was the first.
Yeah, and then they did Austin Taker at Fully Loaded 99.
Yeah, and Austin was previously busted open for that one too, wasn't he? Or was it?
I
didn't
think
they...
Taker.
You know what? I can only remember, wasn't there a Buried Alive match with Austin and Taker with a shovel?
I think so. But I think this one, for some reason, I want to say this one had like some sort of thing where like Taker bled first, but the ref didn't see it.
The ref didn't
and then,
see it. You
Yeah,
are right.
Yeah, and then Austin got bled open and then busted open, and then like the ref was
Yeah.
like, fuck, and then
That's
thought it was
exactly it,
Yeah,
dude.
maybe that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
You nailed
because
it.
I
That's
remember there was some type of like fuckery.
That's absolutely it. It was like he didn't see the Undertaker bleeding, and then it got wiped off or something. And then I think he hit Austin with a shovel or something. And like, I'm not even kidding.
Jesus. No, I know. That's why I'm laughing.
Undertaker, Austin, First Blood. Let's see.
Undertaker shovel.
But anyway,
I
guys.
wish the network you didn't have to be so specific with dates. Like if you searched Austin first, but like it doesn't. Work
I just
that
remembered. Do you remember when Taker and Taker McMahon did a Buried Alive match? It was very quick, and then like he did like one move, and one of them was hitting Vince with a shovel, and Vince is like you could see it like pouring like a goddamn faucet.
Oh my God, I don't remember that, but that's crazy.
I remember that he fucking leaked.
Yeah, let me see if I can. Yep. Vince or Triple. Yeah, God damn it. Undertaker hit him with a shovel.
I was right.
I remember that. I remember that now. As soon as you brought it up, that was fucking.
It was a shovel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it!
It's just funny.
Couldn't remember that it happened in the first place, but remembered the finish somehow. The fuck is wrong with me? God damn it! But yeah. So I'm sorry, D Wells. Go ahead, man.
No, it's all good. One thing I want to bring up is with Nakamura turned heel from WrestleMania the Sunday night after he low broke AJ Styles. I thought that was impressive. First time he ever did that. I mean, he did the same thing like he did in New Japan, but when he did it in WWE, impressive. And I like how they turned the heel. It was great. But the question I got to bring up is, do you think we're going to get a rematch between Styles and Nakamura for the W title either at Great Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia or probably at Backlash? Or what do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to continue their feud, it looks like. But also, something leaked out, right, Jake, of a photo or something with a three-way or triple threat?
Yeah, there's something about that going forward.
Like Baron Corbin or something is involved in this?
Ugh.
Didn't we see that? I mean, that's dumb, but who was saying that? People were sending me it all day, like they spoiled the next match or they spoiled Backlash.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me right now, but I know that it's been leaked all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a picture of I think it was AJ Nakamura and Corbin, which I
that's
don't understand that. We have Daniel Bryan back, and this is what we get. Great.
And I made the joke too. Oh, watch, they'll turn Baron Corbin face. You know, I just said it to be the wise ass, but watch.
Why?
Because they need more faces and heels that they're going to start flipping people left and right. I mean, AJ went ahead and he came out and he didn't just like have a company answer either. Like where, oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the shakeup. It was the way he said it. He's like, I think the shakeup is always a good thing. New talent coming over means new matchups happen. He said, this is what we need. Not, I'm looking forward to it. Not, you know, he's like, oh, there's several guys that can come back over to SmackDown or guys from SmackDown that go to Raw. And then he started to like sell it again. Like, who knows what's going to happen? You know, it's to make matches people want to see. But he really stressed the fact of this is something we need. So for him to be aware, and I just thought it was a little, you know, it was a needed interview, but it was very short and sweet. So
I mean, the Superstar Shakeup can be good if they fucking think it through. Last time they barely thought it through.
Last time they didn't think it through at all, and they just went by impulse. They're like, oh, this would be great for this one to face this one and this one to face this one. And then once we saw that once or twice, no one wanted to see it again.
Yeah.
That was the big problem. And then they put too much on Raw without giving SmackDown enough to go off of. SmackDown had too many heels, not enough people to root behind. I mean, now they have Daniel Bryan, but they need, you know, more for him to do. What are we going to see with him going forward? I'm curious of.
Are you seeing that? Did they sign a 10-year deal? Is this new or is
yes. That was one of the things I was going to bring up. No, I had heard this a while ago, but Filthy Banana sent it to us. You know, he's from the United Arab Emirates himself.
What's up, Filthy Banana?
He said, you know, follow the money, basically, and, you know, you'll see what happens. He said, follow the money. It also creates a WrestleMania over here.
He's crapping on his own place?
Well, no, he's saying that, you know, it's basically that's what it all comes down to, is the fact that they're trying to make this great, you know, greatest Rumble of all time. It makes it WrestleMania 2, but just out of the United States.
I got a lot of heat from, like, I was getting a lot of heat the other day from Old Man Davey, who was, like, screaming at me like that I was a scumbag for telling this country how to handle itself, or something like they can do whatever they want. It's their country, you fucking assholes. Something like that from Old Man Davey, and I was like, well, I'm not necessarily mad at. Is Saudi Arabia the place where they don't let women do things and they throw gay people off of buildings?
We went over this in one of the Out of Nowheres where they have like very extreme rules, and if you're found to be gay, they kill you in public. And
yeah, so like honestly,
there's like public executions. Women aren't allowed. They're just, I think, at 2015 or 17, women were finally allowed to drive and vote.
Yeah, they're letting women go to soccer games now. I hear like it seems like there's sort of a change happening there,
but they need permission, like, and they have to be married.
But still, it's not nowhere close, and so I don't know. I just felt it wildly insulting that Old Man Davey criticized me whatsoever on this. when they're throwing gay people off of buildings and cutting women's pussies open. So I think anybody that opposes me criticizing Saudi Arabia. By the way, I know people in Saudi Arabia. I have friends from this show that do live in Saudi Arabia, and even they're like, yeah, it's a little weird here. It's like, okay, well, just like it's weird in America. There's problems in America with things, but when no one's cutting off pussies and throwing people off buildings, am I wrong? If it's not happening and I'm full of shit, then I take it back. But I'm more criticizing WWE for being two-faced than
they're not removing women's clits so they don't cheat on their husband.
I'm less interested in the country as much as I'm interested in the double standard of the WWE saying women movement, women first. We don't have any tolerance. It's like you don't tolerate your superstars if they get accused of rape, even if it's a lie. You just fuck them, they're gone. But you'll go actually to a place that actually does these things. So I'm very confused, but whatever. Yeah. I suppose you just like money. China wants to make up with you and come back to the WWE and get some kind of resolution, but fuck her, right? But whatever. I don't know.
You're all for pushing the women's revolution to the fact that, you'll have the Royal Rumble of the females, side of it be the main event of the pay-per-view. And you'll go ahead and, you'll try and encapsulate that, your women are everything to you. But then you exclude them from one of your biggest shows of the year.
Yeah,
Why have it at all? I would say, well, if we can't bring our female talent, then I'm sorry, we can't go. And this is a 10-year agreement that they have here. The Saudi General Sports Authority signed a 10-year agreement for a shit ton of money.
And by the way, if anybody out there is wondering if the WWE is in trouble, especially these motherfuckers on Twitter today, these fucking cunts who I fought with, who were trying to tell me that I was crazy that the ratings weren't dropping and that the house show attendance wasn't down. If you don't understand that this is desperation, the WWE's trying to get India, the WWE's now going into fucking Saudi Arabia. The WWE got rid of Pyro. The house shows are abysmal compared to what they used to be. And even on television nights, big TV nights, there are giant 1, 2, 3, or 4 rows completely empty. So don't tell me that the company isn't doing the best and that it's not dropping. Because that's why they're doing these things. It's called desperation. That's why TNA tried it too. Oh, there's billions of people in India. Let's see if we can catch fire over there. What if we do? And also, by the way, the WWE in India, and as far as India and Saudi Arabia and some of these other countries, the WWE realizes that it's a lot easier to get those people to buy in than it is the American crowd. That's the other thing they're noticing. They think it's real, a lot of them. Not all of them. Many people are over there who are smart to it, but there's a lot of people over there that don't know, and they believe it. That's why almost everybody over there loves Roman Reigns, and that's what WWE wants. So...
yeah, kayfabe's alive and well. And Filthy said he's from Rhode Island, but he lives in the UAE for work.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So he's all for shitting on him, I guess.
But I know, but I know, I really do. Like, there are some people from Saudi Arabia. I mean, we have people listen to us all over the place. India, Saudi Arabia. Abu Dhabi is Awani's in Abu Dhabi, but Abu Dhabi's a different fucking. That's the fucking. I would live in Abu Dhabi, but it's like it's just a different fucking place, And yeah, India is not the same. You got to be careful. India is not the same as Saudi Arabia. Like, if you're someone from India, like, you're fucking offended that people think that it's two different places. It's like saying,
cultures are completely different.
Yeah, Canada and America,
their views,
they're the same
their
thing.
Laws, everything.
Yeah, it's different. And listen, I like everybody, but yeah, they obviously they need a lot of fucking things they need to do as far as human beings over there, I think. But I'm not really trying to get in and change their country. I'm just saying the double standard of WWE is pathetic. That is simply can't be denied.
Pretty sure they did a commercial right after a women's match, which is really ironic.
Yeah, no, multiple times, know, and that's how distasteful is that. Connor, Nick Benson called before. He was going to ask a question, but he didn't get a chance to. He said the point I wanted to make was that is it worth giving the title to Roman at this point in time when you have to leave the country for it to become acceptable? I thought it was a good point in the sense,
They have money.
Yeah, I mean, does it really serve anything for the viewership at home when you have to leave the country for him to get an ovation?
No, and I also think it's a stupid mistake to fucking jam this show right before another pay-per-view now that the pay-per-views are dual branded and we're doing less. It's just Backlash is going to be shit.
And there's no way to build for Backlash either. They're double building, and they're really only focusing on the Saudi Arabia. So, and I want to know, there's a few main questions. Are we going to get more international events this year since it's a 10-year deal? Also, is this an inaugural event? Is this going to be yearly? And is there even 50 competitors, people are saying, on the men's roster that can truly compete in the match?
Do you know what I'd do?
When you think about it?
Do you know what I'd do?
What's that?
What?
I would have Roman Reigns win the belt over in Saudi Arabia and celebrate. And obviously the people probably would cheer him, I think. I don't know. We know India would, but I don't know what Saudi Arabia is going to be like. I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to cheer him.
Apparently he's very popular over there.
Okay, so they're going to cheer him. So when he comes back to America, I want him to go full Bret Hart. I want him to be like, and you know something I noticed about all you people is that like you guys don't respect me. He's like, it doesn't matter how much I bleed. It doesn't matter how much I show up. It doesn't matter how much I win. I hear the boos. Roman sucks. Die Roman. But some place that actually loves me and that respects me for what I do, and people that actually have a work ethic and that can really respect a man. Saudi Arabia. Oh, and then he fucking puts the Saudi fucking stars or something on his vest.
Oh, wow.
And then
Talk about a fucking heat magnet.
Oh, my God, dude. And Roman Reigns starts talking about Saudi Arabia. And he
That's
fucking
like the turn
got
of
the
Sergeant
belt.
Slaughter. You know
Holy
what I mean? Like,
shit. Dude, they're sitting on a gold mine. And fucking Daniel Bryan comes to Raw, and then like he adopts the red, white, and blue clothes and shit. And they do this whole fucking thing. Dude, they have Austin Bret Hart, Calgary Stampede angle like all over again if they could do this. I would fucking dive at that opportunity. I would divide the audience. Fuck it. And some of the crowd would still cheer for him in America, but fuck it. Like I want let's divide that crowd. Let's do it. Don't fuck with this wishy-washy shit. No, fuck it. Let's make the crowd realize they have to pick a side. And when the crowd
stick to your guns for once.
When the crowd realizes that they really have to pick a side, they're going to get emotional. And when they get emotional, the people that hate him are really going to hate him. And you're going to hear boos from loud, even in these shitty stadiums in America that are soft and quiet. It will be loud, and you'll finally define. You'll draw a line in the sand. There is no line right now. It's very vague. People are arguing online whether he's over or not over, what that means, booed or not booed. Fuck that. Draw the line in the sand, because only when you draw the line in the sand and start painting people blue or red can you really figure out teams and get people involved to cheer for stuff. Right now, this 50-50 booking, open-ended, anybody can cheer for whatever the fuck, it's not working. You need to drum up passion in people and make people actually get mad and invested, either very happy or very mad. And that's the way to do it. If you want to get extreme, that's the way to do it. Why not do it that way? And even when they're not going over to Saudi Arabia and these other countries, fuck it. Roman's getting heat here because of it still. And then when he goes over there,
they tried to do that with Jinder, but it didn't work.
There's a lot about Jinder.
And exactly, don't do it with the classic fucking, you Americans, I'm telling you this. Fuck that. Make it an American. Make it he's Samoan, right? Where was Roman born? Was he
Florida,
born?
I believe. Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah,
Florida,
right?
Florida. Okay, so even better. He's literally from America. So it's even better that he turned his back. And he's like, 4 years of this. 4 years of this. Nobody respecting me. All these things. I see a little boy in the front row. He likes me. And then next thing you know, he gets a little bit older and he hates me. And his older brother tells him to hate me. And like blah, blah, blah. He can go through all this stuff. And he goes, you know who loves me though? India loves me. Saudi Arabia loves me. Because over in those countries, those people still have respect for hard work. In America, it's just all about BS and jumping on social media and trying to get yourself over. And like you're all a bunch of scumbags. You want to be the stars. You guys want to cheer and try to make Daniel Bryan the #1 guy. When I'm out here actually doing work, you want to go to the stadiums and cheer for whatever. If you don't get your way in America now, you cry about it online. You complain about it until something gets changed, until you get something changed. So even if I come out here and I do the right thing and I win straight up, I win a match fair and square, you're still going to jump online and complain that I should be fired or that I suck or that I'm being shoved down your throats no matter what I do. But in these other countries, they see the hard work. But in America, you're all just a bunch of lazy bitches. Mic drop. Fucking Saudi Arabia logo. He's fucking fire, bro. There's trash being thrown in the ring. Holy shit.
And you can tell non-English speaking people are asking about him because the autofill for Google says, "Where does Roman Reigns was born?" Oh. Where was Roman Reigns was born?
Oh my God.
Pensacola, Florida. That's like in the people also ask questions.
Yeah, then like penis hole Florida, isn't penis their word for dick?
By the way, I would do all his promos with Saudi Arabian subtitles.
Think about it. No, really, think about it. Joke or not.
No, what I just said, I'm telling you.
Push it home.
Especially after they said they have the greatest Rumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those people in Philly, fuck you.
And dude, Roman can be like, dude, I was at WrestleMania. You people were booing me, and even when Brock Lesnar won, you still weren't really cheering. You guys were playing with beach balls or on your cell phones. That's the American way now. Lazy, complaining, social media. That's what you do. But the other night at the Greatest Rumble, I won the WWE Championship in a wrestling match. And those people in Saudi Arabia cheered and watched the wrestling match. Those are the real wrestling fans, you know. Like, dude, you will get the people fucking pissed. Like, it will be...
Yeah, people will be irate.
Holy shit, dude. And then people, guess what? When people get really angry at Roman Reigns on the TV, they want to go boo Roman Reigns. They want to go buy a ticket to boo him. And you make money. And then on top of that, you can throw someone good in the mix, and then the next thing you know, people are paying money to see the good guy. And then they're paying money to see the good guy kick Roman Reigns' ass. And then next thing you know, ratings go up. And then house attendance goes up. And then Pyro comes back again. But right now, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit right now. Really, kind of. There's some people that want to go boo Reigns. There's some people that want to go cheer Reigns. Kind of. But what you'll do is you'll make the people that want to cheer Reigns cheer him more. And you'll make the people that want to boo Reigns boo him more. And then you'll make somebody who sits there and goes, oh, $200 to go to Raw. Fuck it, I'm not going to go. Or I'll buy a ticket in the balcony maybe. No, you're going to make a guy go, $200 to Raw. Want to go? You know what? Fuck it, we're going. Hey, let's bring Chuck with us too. And then you sell tickets. That's how shit works. But right now, who gives a fuck? You don't know. Do you want to go see Roman Reigns come in the ring and go, oh no, I'm Roman Reigns? Nobody wants to come watch that. Nobody wants to watch Finn Balor fucking smiling like a fucking idiot. In the back room the other day on that Raw segment when Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy were being psychos, and then they cut over to Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, Finn was laughing like it wasn't even like, it wasn't funny. But Seth was funny. Seth was like fucking... Like, but Finn was like,
what the hell is going on?
Yeah, Seth sold it.
Yeah, Seth sold that so well. I looked at Finn and was like, oh, he's cracking up. He can't even deal with it. And it wasn't that funny. Then I looked at Seth's face and I fucking started dying laughing because Seth's face was hilarious. Seth Rollins, you know what you're doing in the back. Finn Balor, you look like a fucking goofball. And your fucking moveset sucks in the WWE. And now you come out to fucking Pink Floyd, Other Side of the Moon, and it looks like shit. Seriously, like, what are they doing? So, like, these guys aren't getting it done, okay? But Roman could. That's the thing, is, like, he is the catalyst. So anybody, I don't agree. When somebody says Roman is not over, when someone says Roman's not over, I disagree. I think he's over, but he's not booked right. That's the problem. He's not booked right. He's over, and he's shoved down your throats. So he's, like, automatically over. But he shouldn't be automatically over. He should be manually over with the crowd. It should be in manual mode. Like, you make a move, and then the crowd does something. But right now, it's automatic. Like, we're going to do whatever anyway, and then we'll see. Whatever happens, happens anyhow. But no, do what I said, and you'll sell tickets. I mean, I mean,
you're not wrong. And think about it, too. Like, what do you get for winning this match? We don't know. If Daniel Bryan is to win, give him a title shot. And then have him go against Roman. Like you just said, writes itself. All said and done. You executed everything perfectly, and it all lines up. Everything you just said, literally, is A, B, C. It writes itself.
But you want to know how they make a mistake? Do you want to know how they could fail? They can fail by doing this. Roman Reigns wins the title in Saudi Arabia, comes back to America, and just plays the same Roman he's been. That is how you fail. If they do that, it will be devastating. If Roman doesn't win anything and he comes back, okay, whatever. We're off to the same shit. But if they actually give Roman the belt over in Saudi Arabia and then he comes back here and he's not a heel, that is the biggest missed opportunity of all time. Because now people are pissed he didn't win it in America. They're pissed he won it on some weird foreign pay-per-view that we don't know about. And it plays into everything. And then he'll be fucking over with he'll be over everywhere. Even if it's for a bad reason, he'll be booed. I just don't get how they don't see that.
I mean, same thing what they did when they brought Seth Rollins back after injury. When he came back, the fans wanted to cheer him in the worst way possible. And they set him up as a heel for how long? Months and months and months. And then finally, we got the face turn. And that led to him facing Triple H. But it was ruined at that point.
And you know what I'd do? I'd call my good old cousin Rock, right? And I would have The Rock. Like, can you imagine doing something with The Rock weeks later? The Rock is going to confront Roman Reigns next week on Raw, and The Rock comes out, and The Rock's like, well, The Rock held Roman Reigns in his arms. The Rock, blah, blah, blah. The Rock remembers raising Roman Reigns' arm when he won the Rumble, blah, blah, blah. And then, Roman comes out, and he's like, but there's one thing that the Roman Reigns isn't, and that's anti-American, or even if you don't go into the anti-American thing, because they don't want to do that maybe. If they don't want to do that, fine. All they have to do is be like, I knew Roman. He loved this place. He loved you guys. He loved the WWE here. He loved the American fans. He loved the North American fans. What, I don't understand what the hell's going on. And, The Rock is going to face him. And then you got to have Roman Reigns beat the shit out of The Rock. And I mean, maybe even bloody The Rock in the ring. And that's
really.
And end it that way. Because Rock... WWE, listen carefully. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, right, or whatever? For every yin, there's a yang. For every dark, there's a light. When The Rock raises Roman's hand and says, look, everybody, this is the guy, and everybody goes, boo! Well, guess what? When you do the opposite, that's when things work. If Roman beats the shit out of The Rock and says, fuck The Rock, he's the people's champ, and I'm not a fan of the people, at least not the people of this country. And Rock is laying down bloodied, now you got gold. Now you got something to go on. Now you got a story. Do you want another example of this? Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, I won't really blame Shinsuke. I'll blame the booking, because they gave him shit to do, and they were uncomfortable with him. Now... But maybe we should blame him, because they did try. They did what I said. They changed his fucking nursery rhymes and stuff that weren't working, and they went to knee to face, which is the equivalent of my you die now, or you die. Knee to your face. And that didn't quite work either so well. It was better, but it wasn't working. So now he's a heel. And already what he said on Raw the other night was the best thing he ever did. Punching AJ Styles in the balls, that got the most fucking... reaction that almost anything ever has besides his entrance. So now you've got something interesting going on with Shinsuke and AJ Styles. So if Shinsuke comes out and he's party man and la 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 la, and it's working a little but not quite getting you anywhere, especially when two guys are face and you flip him heel, and now it's way interesting again. And now some of the people that were like, oh, Shinsuke is not as exciting as I thought he'd be, now he is. I'm seeing people saying all over the place like, oh, I kind of like him now, or like, I like what he did now, or that was funny. And people are finally reacting in a positive way rather than being negative about him. But he's got so much respect among so many people that they're trying to be nice about it, like they don't know why it's going wrong for him. So you do the same thing with Roman. It didn't work when The Rock came in and raised his hand, and when Vince got involved, and when everybody got involved. It didn't work. But now, you start having those superstars say that he sucks, actually, and stuff like that. That's when you're going to get a reaction. That's why when John Cena or The Miz shoots on Reigns, they become over. Do you remember when The Miz was fighting with Roman Reigns around the Raw 25 time? The Miz started shooting on Reigns, and people started cheering for The Miz more than usual. The Miz suddenly became almost like a fucking face. because people didn't like Reigns so much that when The Miz started saying stuff that people wanted to be said to Reigns, they started popping for The Miz. Therefore, you would elevate The Miz, elevate Reigns, and fucking money happens. But instead, people don't really like Reigns, but some people do, so you keep just doing the same old blah with him, and then a good guy comes along and has to face Reigns, but nobody cares that much, and then Reigns goes over on him, and then who cares? And you get bullshit. It's a simple thing to see. I don't understand why they keep doing this. So here you go, WWE. Saudi Arabia, put the belt on Reigns, make him fucking almost seem anti-American, and turn his back on the people because they turned their backs on him. You people were playing with beach balls while I was bleeding in the ring. That's the story. You were playing with beach balls while I was bleeding in the fucking ring. And I was elbowed in the head. And I think all of you can look at the footage and figure out for yourself exactly how I got busted open and just how real that was. But you were playing with beach balls. Well, in Saudi Arabia, they were cheering for me. You people are cowards. I'm a champion for Saudi Arabia and for other places in the world that respect hard work. America, you don't respect hard work. All you respect is your own opinions on social media. Heel.
That would draw money.
That would be...
Heels always used to draw the money, too, because they want to see them get their asses kicked.
Right.
I know that when I was prime viewing age for the Attitude Era and things like that, I enjoyed more going to boo, the McMahon-Helmsley regime that they had going on. I wanted to get in Triple H's face more than I wanted to cheer The Rock or Austin. Like you said, that visceral reaction is what you want. That's what you want to achieve.
I will disagree with you on that one. At least from this isn't a disagreement. This is just my personal perspective. I did go to cheer for Stone Cold. I did not. I really was at that time. I was cheering for Stone Cold. And I've always liked the heels. A lot of times I like the heels. So it didn't always work that way for me. But Jake, you're right. I will say that I wanted Bret Hart to get his ass kicked. When the whole Canada versus America thing was happening and Bret Hart was saying America was scumbags and the Canadians were talking shit about Americans and I was already cheering for Stone Cold, I was like, why are these Canadians not cheering for Stone Cold? Don't they see what's happening? And instead they cheered for Bret and they created this fucking rivalry with the fans. It's weird because I grew up, I loved Bret Hart, but I wanted to see Bret Hart get the shit kicked out of him. The
one time I got to sit ringside with my grandmother, I booed to the point where Triple H was on the mic that he actually turned to me like everyone else was quiet and I was still screaming. That he actually was like, "Shut up, kid," and got up on the turnbuckle and was like flexing at me and pointing because I was just, scathing, relentless. I had more of an affinity for, supporting the good guys per se and, just booing the shit out of the heels. I found so much joy in venting that way. That's what I look forward to. You suck. That was the the highlight.
We know this whole country's a goddamn toilet.
I was waiting for it.
Like he sounded so mad.
You knew it was coming.
Bret Hart sounded so mad at this country. I loved that shit. I mean, I didn't at the time. I didn't love it. I was actually getting mad at him. But even a few years later, I was like, damn, that was good.
Well, you know what it is because you liked him so much at one point, right? And for him to flip, it feels like a betrayal.
Yeah, but I started actually being like, man, he's a fucking bratty bitch. Like, why is he acting like such a brat? And then, the more they went with it, the more it was annoying. And then you start liking Austin. And then Bret's in Austin's way, and you get mad at that. I feel bad because, I want to get Bret Hart on the show someday, and I want to tell him, I feel bad, man, because you're, the only guy that, I loved at periods and then, turned on you, 3 times. I turned on Bret Hart so many times. I loved Bret at first. And then at some point, I turned on him. Even at WrestleMania 9, as a 9-year-old, when Hogan came out, I was like, I hope Bret Hart beats Yokozuna, but I was kind of in the back of my mind, I was like, but I really wish Hulk Hogan had faced Yokozuna. But I was a Bret Hart fan. And then when Hogan came out and then won the belt, I was like, yeah! And then the next year, I sort of was all about Bret Hart all year again. And then when they got to WrestleMania 10, I started kind of liking Lex. And then Bret Hart won. And I was like, yeah, cool. I love Bret Hart. Thought Lex would win, though. And then
if you ever get Bret on the show, you got to do your impersonation for him, though. That's the deal.
Well, Bret, Bret, I told my wife, damn it, Bret, shut your damn mouth. You know,
yeah, but you falling out of love with the character, I think speaks volumes about his work ethic and his ability to deliver.
That's the thing.
I think that's the biggest. The fact that you hated him for the reasons when you were supposed to.
Yeah. Which is weird.
Is like the biggest compliment to a wrestler.
I feel bad a little bit, but
they did their job.
There was a little bit of a detriment there because of his personality. I feel like it was easy, like as great as Bret was in the ring, sometimes it was easy if like a bigger character came along to jump on board with them. Even Shawn Michaels, I was a Shawn Michaels fan before Bret. So at WrestleMania 12, I again was cheering for Shawn. And at WrestleMania 13, I was cheering for Austin. You know what I mean? And it was like, even at WrestleMania 8, I think WrestleMania 8 was the first time I was like, because I like Piper, but I was like, I hope Bret wins. But most of the time, it always came to like, at WrestleMania, I would pick the other guy. But it's like, why am I can't believe I'm picking the other guy because I love Bret so much. So, I don't know.
You are with Bret, I was with Jericho. Like, I was a huge Jericho fan. Oh, shit. And then when he came to WWE, it was great. And all right, let's, I immediately, the night he debuted with The Rock, I'm like, oh, this guy's the shit. And then I couldn't stand him, and then you liked him. And like, and the way he would become the perfect heel and then the lovable baby face. And, oh, he's so funny and he's so entertaining. And, oh, Jesus, I want to smack the shit out of this guy. I can't stand him. It's that same kind of, he's got to get his ass kicked now. Oh, my God, he won, both titles in one night. I can't believe it. And then, I can't wait to see him lose.
Well,
yeah,
Bret,
it goes back and forth.
See, Bret as a face, he just played himself pretty much. He just yelled a little bit. That's why it was like Bret Hart's, really, Bret Hart's face promos, they were just Bret Hart's own thoughts. But when Bret Hart went heel, that was epic, dude. Anybody who never saw Bret Hart heel for like that 8 months or that 6 months, he was fire, dude. That was so fucking good when he was in the wheelchair and on the crutches.
I was about to say, yeah.
Holy shit, dude. That was so fucking good. And you had no idea that he was capable of that shit because most of the time he was just coming out there like, well, I'm gonna go out there and I'm the damn best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. And Steve Austin, today at the SummerSlam, you're gonna get the Hitman, and the Hitman's fans will be behind him. And tonight you're gonna feel the full execution of the Hitman, and he just say some generic thing about how he was the excellence of execution or something, and then you go out there. And it was really just Bret saying his own feelings, sort of, with the volume turned up a little bit, and it was always sort of the same thing. Like, but when he went heel, and he was talking about like gun violence and fucking healthcare, and
he didn't give a shit.
Americans are scumbags and shit like that. But he still even had a little bit of like a serious tone, you know what I mean? Because then while he was doing that, coming out of his shell, he had HBK outside stuffing the Canadian flag up his nose. So it's like, even when Bret came out of the comfort zone, the other guy's still fucking going off the wall compared to him. But no, I thought that was so good. Anyway, we should let me play a couple of these donations, and then we'll take a couple phone calls, and we'll quickly hit up some more about the Superstar Shakeup. ShiBUM!
Kane versus Austin. Kane bleed first, but the ref didn't see it. Then Austin bleed and lost.
Ah, okay.
Kane won the championship belt.
Yeah, I remember that. That was the Hell in the Cell night, or King of the Ring, actually. Yeah, Jeremy, thanks for the $5. Yeah, dude, that was crazy. That was what happened. Was I think Undertaker came out, and maybe Mankind came out too.
Mick Foley came back out after getting his ass kicked too, after falling off the Hell in a Cell and everything. He came out.
Isn't Mankind in a hospital right now?
He somehow managed to come. That's what people forget.
Yeah,
he came back out for that match.
This fucking idiot comes out.
ShiBUM. As it looks right now, Daniel Bryan Nakamura and Stools on the same show. SmackDown is the A show, no doubt.
Maybe, but you know what, Sasha's Mouth Blood? If they do that, they got to get some characters in there, some bigger talkers in there. Because I love Daniel, and I love Shinsuke, and I love AJ, but you got to start mixing in some fucking weird characters with those people. Because you just can't, unless you're going to let these guys wrestle like it's an indie show or something. Because if you're not going to let them wrestle and tell stories like NXT, then you're going to have a bomb. Because those guys will not be able to entertain people. Well, I mean, it's gonna bomb. It's gonna fucking crash.
Yeah.
Fuck the greatest
Royal. The Saudi Arabia show.
Oh, well, here you go. Here's some more of that. Parker says, "Fuck the greatest Royal Rumble. F Saudi Arabia. Money isn't worth banning women from performing and complying with the country's bullshit sexist laws." Says Parker. I fairly agree with you. But you know what? You don't know how bad times are right now. I bet you we don't know. Because remember
does them taking this lead to them being able to hire more women and do things, that they couldn't do before? Is this
funny with
necessary?
That is funny. But now, fuck that. Not even that. Forget that. Here's my point. Remember, whenever you say that WWE's losing money, somebody always comes up and goes, they made the most money last year than they ever made before. And you say, okay, yeah, they hit the highest number they've ever hit before. But when it comes to expenses and what they owe and what they pay for, they're actually making or taking in less money than they were making last few years. But then,
their profit margins are slimmer.
Then someone says, well, how can the profit margins be like that if they keep making more money? And the reason why is because the WWE keeps opening up revenue streams, right? So let's say, let's use my YouTube channel as a fucking example. I, right now, am making the least amount of money in ad revenue than I've ever made on YouTube before. How am I still on YouTube? Because ad revenue, live donations.
ShiBUM.
Here comes one
Man,
now.
fuck all that other shit. Nakamura is going to be an amazing heel.
I agree.
Turn Bobby Roode heel. And there is your promo.
Sasha's Mouthblood, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 ShiBUM. Put Bobby Roode. Well, Bobby Roode might need to stay on SmackDown to be a heel, but put him on Raw as a heel, I hope. But going back to my point, thank you, Sasha's Mouthblood. And yes, Bobby Roode must be a heel. You open up revenue streams. So ad revenue, can't survive on that. Open up live donations. Okay, we're doing a lot better. That's pretty good. Live donations are going to sustain us, hopefully, but you can't really count on them. You never know what's going to happen. We could still go under. I'm scared. I don't know if I can. I'm going to have to get a couple jobs. I'll have to do less videos. Open up Patreon. People give you a certain amount of Patreon and money, and now I kind of know what we make a month, plus the live donations, plus that. Now I'm going to sell T-shirts, right? All those 4 things that I do. Sell T-shirts, live donations, Patreon, ad revenue. All 4 things. So even if you lose one of them, you can still make money. And that's what WWE is. They're opening another. So every time they lose money in something, they open another ad revenue, right? Another way of streaming money into the company. So it's like plugging the holes on the ship as the holes in the boat are making the boat leak. They keep plugging the holes. That's what they're doing. Opening up another revenue stream. So even if house attendance drops, even if ratings on television drop and money goes down there, what does WWE do? Well, let's start streaming something on Facebook and having ad revenue over there. Okay, we've never done that before. Let's do that. We got to deal with Facebook. They take money from Facebook. They opened up another revenue stream. Let's go to Saudi Arabia and make this big deal over there, and we'll have different sponsors that we never had before. That's opening up another revenue stream. Even though in America, the seats are emptier than they have been in many years, in a long time. They've opened up revenue streams, so they're deceiving you. They're deceiving it. Okay, let's get rid of Pyro. We got rid of Pyro. Well, now we're making more money this year than we made last year, even though sort of we're slipping away. However, if they had fucking actually written really good stories and built people a whole lot better, maybe even went TV 14 and increased some things, which maybe they couldn't do, but if they at least made shit a little bit better and a little bit more believable and made stuff more exciting, the ratings would have gone up, the house show attendance would have gone up, the Pyro would have gone up, and then they would have either not gone to Saudi Arabia, or going to Saudi Arabia, they would have tripled their revenue. And then they really would have made more money than they've ever made before as far as profit loss margins go. I mean, that's what happens. But instead, they're able to quickly think on their feet, just like the writers are. Hey, last week's show was terrible. Last week's show was terrible. This week, we really got to write something. No, we don't, because guess what? We're going to bring back Goldberg, and we're going to do this and that. And so Goldberg just comes out, and he gets to cut a promo. Easy for the writers. So it's another Band-Aid on something. They really didn't have to write anything. I don't know. I'm babbling on. I'm going on fucking rants here like crazy.
No, but it all makes perfect sense. I mean, they have ways to make more money. They're just not, utilizing the proper points and streams. So
yeah, they're making more money, but then you see them blow out how much money for WrestleMania, but yet they're making money off the town. Like it's a bait and switch in a lot of ways. I see your point.
Yeah, the super chat button is still not working, guys. We smashed the hours. You needed 4,000 hours to get unlocked. I'm at 30,000 hours right now, and YouTube says we
did that in a week.
We will review your channel for super chat within the next 30 days. That's what they said to me. So that's why there's no super chat still. The pieces of shit. So I've lost.
And it's not just super chat. There's no monetization either for you, right?
Yeah, there's no monetization. So WrestleMania got 67,000 views. That probably would have made $200. It made nothing. So we've lost a ton of money here, but that's fine because you guys are all on Patreon and dropping live donations and shit. But there's a lot of people that don't donate using Streamlabs that want to just donate using Super Chat. And Super Chat's not enabled still, so we're fucked. But on April 18th, I'll be able to go live again on Corrupted. And Corrupted has Super Chat. So we'll decide if we want to move over to that channel until July 2nd when Joe Cronin Show comes back up. All right, let's talk a little. I've completely gone into fucking crazy rants. We are way past the time. We should be playing PUBG already. But real quick, give me you guys' moves for this. For the what do you really want to see in this shakeup draft?
Really quick too, before we get into that, Jericho. Did you hear he's going to be in the Greatest Royal Rumble? Mm-hmm. He was announced. I don't know. Yeah. I know. I saw you mention it, Connor, but I didn't know if Joe had heard yet.
Sticky, real quick. The reason why I have this many people in here are because I have a 55,000 subscriber channel, and that channel got. Oh, I didn't mean to fuck up your comment. And that channel got taken. The live got taken down until July 2nd. So, there's a big. My other channel is coming over here, bro. And also, I'm fucking God.
Yeah, I was going to say something like that too.
And Jake DeMarco has a 10-inch dick. And OK-Fabe sucks on it. No, I'm just kidding. I suck on it too. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
ahead. Love me some dick.
Yeah, Sticky, you just stick with it. You said he had a live stream earlier, and he has
all right, Jake, go ahead. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you stick with it. You get nowhere. So, yeah, Jericho will be in the fucking greatest Royal Rumble ever. It'll be a one-off, but what if they did something like if Reigns does win and just did a one-time match of Jericho versus Reigns? Would you want to see that?
No.
No?
Not really. No.
I'd rather see AJ versus Reigns again. That was a good match.
That was good.
Yeah. Forgot about that one.
For all you Roman fans who think I think he's a piece of shit, I love this match with AJ. Yeah. 70% of it was AJ, but still, it doesn't matter. I liked it.
They also announced Kurt Angle in the Battle Royal as well.
Oh, cool.
Shit, Mom.
He's going to wear a wig and pretend to be a girl.
Next Royal Rumble will be in North Korea, and I will face Kim Keenan in the leader. Gets killed match, I will win.
Hall of Famer.
Donald Trump, next greatest Royal Rumble will be in North Korea. Hey, we should all tweet WWE and ask them when they're going to North Korea. Hey, when are you guys going to go to North Korea next? And it'll be a starving child match.
You guys going to North Korea? You come over?
Only the children whose parents pay, like, the leader a tax can get into the arena.
Only boys can come.
Be amazing.
Oh, my
God. Fucking idiots.
So who do you think's going where, Connor?
Off the top of my head, if I was me, I would send at least Becky Lynch over to Raw and Bayley over to SmackDown because I think they need to be switched up. Maybe another pair of women like, I don't know, Sonya Deville from Absolution over to SmackDown and Liv Morgan to Raw to break up Absolution and the Riot Squad because they're fucking done. I'm done with those. I'm done with that. Teams I would do the Club over to SmackDown, Gallows and Anderson. Although is Gallows injured? I know Joe mentioned this on his Raw review. I was saying the same thing. It looked like he was hurt.
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Maybe he tweaked something, but I haven't seen anything about him actually being hurt.
I haven't either. I would send them over to SmackDown. I probably would send I'd send Revival to SmackDown. I would send the Revival.
That would be a bad idea. Yeah, get a couple of tag teams over.
Put Revival with a New Day feud. Fucking sign me up.
Yeah, that would be good. I can't help but feel like they're going to take Daniel Bryan and move him to Raw.
No, that'd be dumb.
That'd be dumb, but I'm telling you, I have a thinking, suspicion that it might happen just because they're desperate to boost Raw's ratings.
No, I think it. No, that'd be such a stupid idea.
I'm not agreeing with it. Like Becky Lynch, I think that's a great move. I'm hearing Asuka's going to
SmackDown.
SmackDown, and then I heard Asuka's not supposed to wrestle for another couple weeks either, till like the very end of the month. She's going to have a little bit of time off.
She's smart.
Bobby Roode to Monday Night Raw, as you said.
Only if he's a heel.
Well, I heard that that's in the works as well.
Yep.
People had said Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin to Raw.
I would leave
them,
that.
and like you said, bring over the Revival, and I would have them stay where they are.
I would get. Well, I mean, if you're gonna keep Bray and Matt a tag team, you might as well. You got to do at least one, I think, tag team switcheroo. Plus, you got Authors of Pain now over on Raw. We're assuming that everybody from NXT is staying where they're at in terms of their call-ups this week, because I don't think they would do that much of a switcheroo. I would definitely send both Randy Orton and Baron Corbin over to Raw.
You would. All right, Randy Orton and Baron Corbin. See, I would keep them in place. I would send Rusev and Aiden English.
No, I think I don't think Rusev would do well over on Raw. I think that SmackDown's right where he needs to be, because look how well he did on Raw the last time around.
Yeah, see, I think Rusev, if he got into a good feud with The Miz with a face turn, I think that would elevate him nicely.
I would send Miz and the Miztourage over to SmackDown.
Yeah, people said if Daniel Bryan doesn't move, that's the way to go. I mean, that is money to have him and Daniel finally have that big feud that they've been teasing for a long time. I've also thought myself that Finn might find a new breath of fresh air on SmackDown.
Either him or the big name that I would switch from Raw over to SmackDown, and this, I think, if I had to choose any of them, would be the big one, would be Strowman. Strowman's faced everyone on fucking Raw. There's no one left.
Yeah, they're really, as much as I don't want to see him off of Raw, because he's the one thing I look forward to there. Yeah. I mean,
come on,
yeah.
Strowman,
who else is
AJ,
there for him to face?
Strowman, AJ, Strowman, Nakamura, Strowman, Bryan.
Yeah, Strowman, anybody at this point.
Basically, Brock Lesnar light.
Because, like you said, he's gone through the entire Raw roster, even Kurt Angle at this point. Maybe he can go and fight Paige. What about Elias? I think he's good at just staying with his gimmick. He doesn't really need a feud with anyone. He can kind of just be inserted naturally into like the setup of matches and be okay still. He's been amazing with his performances and his delivery.
I have a very weird feeling that Elias is going to turn into one of the guys like a Strowman, where he's not going to get a title, but he's going to be floating around there in that area. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think they should focus more on tag teams on SmackDown, like you said. That makes sense.
I think Raw's lacking mid-card talent and SmackDown's lacking top program talent, and I think that's really where
they need main stars and they need more tag team. Raw needs more mid-card. I agree with you there. So I personally would move Rusev over. I know you said no, but Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and the Revival, send them over. Send Balor over as well. Then you could even have Balor Club do the New Day angle that they briefly got.
I think, honestly, that's a tough call, because I don't know if I would want to have AJ, Balor, and the club all in one group and all in the same show. It's tricky, unless you turn. Actually, you could do a whole storyline that way, though, where you do a power play, much like they're doing with the Bullet Club now, in terms of like, who's the true leader? Is it Styles or is it Balor? And then doing a whole blowout that way. You could very easily write a very easy program that way.
Nakamura just attacked Daniel Bryan. It'd be so dumb to move Bryan to Raw. Also, if they move him to Raw, Roman is officially done. If they want to try for the 43rd time to try and get Roman over, moving Bryan to Raw wouldn't be smart.
Sasha's mouth blood, $5 donation.
I'll tell you what, though, Sasha's mouth blood, thanks for the $5. If they did move Roman over to Raw, if they did make Roman heel, like I was saying, they would they would really want to choose his adversary carefully, because whoever it is going to become massively over if they talk decent. Like
that's your main event. That's your Mania main event, though. If you're gonna do what you just said, Joe, and turn Roman heel in that, Bryan's your guy. As much as I love to see Bryan in other big time matches, there's not going to be. I don't think going to be anything bigger.
I don't think they'll go near Bryan for like a long time, and you know, like
I don't know if they move Braun over to SmackDown, I could see them taking Bryan because that's one huge attraction for another in the form of faces, and then we do get him and Roman. You know,
well. It's too bad that they don't get a little more time because I'd like to see AJ and Nakamura, you know, go at it for a while, and then AJ drop the belt to Nakamura, go to Raw, or maybe AJ will go to Raw with the fucking belt. I mean, I don't know, but if AJ, honestly, because AJ versus Roman would be pretty badass. But dude, think about Samoa Joe.
I just was about to say him. Like Joe going over to SmackDown would make a lot of sense.
But also, but Samoa Joe versus Roman would make a lot of sense too if Roman was a heel. I mean, I know Joe. They want Joe to be a heel though, so it's like, you know, I don't know. But when Samoa talks to fucking Roman, he could really go after Roman as a face. But I don't know. It's confusing because see, there's not. That's one of the biggest problems in the company right now. Is again, everybody's like middle of the road. Like everyone's like a 7 out of 10. Like we need somebody who's like a fucking face. But it should be Bryan, I thought. But it won't be because they don't trust him. I don't think 100% to be in those areas, but it should be Bryan, or they need somebody who can really talk as a face to go up against Roman. What are they gonna do? I mean, everyone's like a 7 out of 10, but if they flip Roman, he won't and make him a full on heel. He could be a 9 out of 10 heel. He would easily be the best heel in the company. But then you got to find the 9 out of 10 face. You got to find the face that's equal to that.
That's Bryan.
Well, plus not only that, you have to build up opponents for him in the mean run.
Yeah, in the meantime.
Yeah. So if you've got Bryan down the scope, you need to have other baby faces that can line up and challenge him. Well, that's why I said like Orton send him over to Raw, because if you're not going to utilize Lesnar a whole lot, Orton's kind of same thing, like kind of like a middle of the road. As much as he's not really doing much on SmackDown, heading him over to Raw kind of quote unquote beefs it up a little bit.
Imagine they
it does give them a solid like baby face using him, you know, because he still is a face, and that's the problem with AJ too. AJ doesn't make a good heel in my eyes. Like, not that he's a bad heel, but I've always felt like he says the same thing as a face as he does as a heel. You know, the face that runs the place, the house that AJ Styles built, but it's the same thing as a face as it is as a heel, just with a little bit of a different tone. I prefer him as a face.
Yeah, not a fan of AJ's on the mic. I'm not a fan of AJ on the mic.
I'm just not a fan of him.
He's okay. He's good at coming out and saying.
He's not bad, but
he's like a hockey player. He comes out and just says, like, you know, we're gonna win the game tonight. He's like Bret Hart when Bret Hart was face. You know, he comes out and says what he says, and you're like, okay. But I've never seen. I mean, I'm not kidding about this. I've never seen AJ cut as good of a heel promo that, you know, Bret Hart cut. And AJ's promos face remind me of Bret Hart's face promos. So
yeah. Now I like what Connor said before. Anybody that re-debuted or got called up will probably stay where they are. Bobby Lashley, you know, all the people from NXT. I think that, you know, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, they'll stay on SmackDown. I think now that Paige is done and we know she's the SmackDown general manager, I think they should break up Absolution.
Yep.
I think Sonya Deville should go to SmackDown, keep Mandy Rose on Raw.
Correct. That's what and then I would send Liv Morgan over to Raw.
Unless she's fired or beaten with a stick.
Or back to NXT.
And what about Big Cass? Because we know he's coming back as well.
Oh my God, dude. We got a fucking... Bird, you should have said something. I completely forgot. I put Bird on the phone earlier. Have
you been here the whole time, Bird?
I actually have. I'm just waiting for my cue, bro.
Oh my God, bro. I put Bird on the phone like fucking 30, 40 minutes ago.
Bro, I've been sitting in here drinking, and y'all have answered almost every question I was gonna fucking ask.
Glad we could help.
Bird, no, but I do. 12:13 a.m. It's 11. It's 1:14. You got an hour just sitting here listening to me ramble with everybody. Oh, sorry, Bird.
No, like 30 of it was Joe ranting about how WWE sucks. But anyway.
Well, I'm glad to have you hanging out. You made some great points.
Oh yeah, thank you. But Joe, I didn't get a chance to call in on the mini review. Let me ask you guys a question. How did it pan out to you guys, like the crowd wise? Because I was there live.
Yeah,
how did we do?
It sounded pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty loud. It wasn't the loudest thing ever, but there were some times where it was really loud. And I mean, definitely in the main event, we clearly heard you guys saying like, you know, this is awful. Like that was so obvious.
Yeah,
I walked out.
Oh really?
Once Shinsuke turned heel and I saw that Braun didn't have a fucking partner, I was like, you know what? I'm about to get drunk on bourbon. Fuck this shit.
Hey, you know what, dude? I don't blame you because I
wouldn't have wanted to stay for Roman's match.
Yeah,
dude.
Fuck that.
But I do have another question though, and I want to get your opinion on it. I've heard every name that I would like to go to SmackDown except for one, and that would be either Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. Who would you put on SmackDown out of those two?
Rollins, yeah.
What about Dean Ambrose too? You know, Sir Cardinal brought that up, and so did St. Louis fan.
He's gonna come back heel and just blow the door right wide open when he gets back because everyone's gonna expect him to be a baby face, and you just put him right into a program.
Well, you better hope
Who would he feud with? Who would he feud with as a heel? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
If it was me, I'd start with Roman right off the bat.
Well,
I'd cheer for Dean right away.
Well, I'm not saying it would be a success.
So wait a minute, but wait a minute. Yeah, but you want Dean to show up heel versus face Roman?
Yeah, they're gonna cheer Roman all the way. I mean, Roman. They're gonna cheer Dean all the way.
That's horrible. Yeah, I would cheer. Yeah. I would cheer for Dean.
That's the problem. I think if Dean came back, he would need to be with somebody like Finn Balor or Elias if he was a heel. That would again, like that kind of.
You know, it would only work if Roman, like, you know, what'd be great is if Roman was heel. He went to Saudi Arabia, did that thing I told you about, and then fucking Roman was the champion and he was a scumbag heel, and then fucking Dean came back, you know, and eventually he could beat Dean. And then he could beat, you know, Elias at some point, you know, and people would cheer for Elias because they'd be like, anybody to get Roman. And Roman just keeps beating all the faces, but we're always cheering the faces because people hate Roman. And people would really hate him if he was officially a heel. And that would make things interesting until eventually there's a face that does end up beating Roman. That would put that person over big time. I don't know. That's how I would do it.
I think we're all in agreement for next year's main event should be Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns as heel Roman versus babyface Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And have Bryan win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and you know, you could have Vince, you know, go with Roman or maybe against him, but I mean, you could play into the whole thing about how the Office doesn't like Daniel. I wouldn't go too far into it. They already did that with Triple H, but I mean, you know, you could go into it a little bit.
ShiBUM.
He's a good ambassador.
DJ M3 here. What's up, Joe?
What's up,
okay,
DJ?
Faber and the man with the master plan, Jake. Joe,
yeah, baby.
Here's a little tip for a long week of work. Man, I can't wait for the beheading on a pole match in Saudi Arabia. Fuck this shite. Hashtag Pero Asquerosis.
Peros. Esquireros. Listen, DJ M3, it's so awesome that you just donated $5 because I just put up a little bonus clip from Monetize This 52 and 56 or something, I forget. I put it up on Patreon for the patrons, and a clip with Dave Rose, me, and Justin Bailey and Jesse, and one of your donations was there playing from like episodes 50-something from 2.5 years ago. So it's so cool that you just donated, DJ. I was like, man, DJ's... Well, I was just thinking, I was like, DJ's still here, man. I saw some of the donators are still the same people. And you know what I mean? Without people like you guys dropping a couple bucks every other day, every couple days, every week, you know what I mean? Wouldn't be here doing this. So fucking dude, I can't tell you how much I love you, man. And you're all a bunch of perros, esquireros. But yeah, I guess we should wrap it up here. I mean, I really can't tell you who I want to go wherever because I just want the writing and the decision making to change. I couldn't give a fuck where anybody is because I know it. I just think it won't matter. I'm that depressed about the situation.
I wish the brand split would end, personally.
I don't. It needs to stay intact.
It was bad, though, before when it wasn't a split. Remember that, Jake? Like, SmackDown was like a fucking...
I know, but...
You're not going to see talent like The Miz
they went live. Again. We had the split starting, you know, with the draft.
2 years.
I don't know. I think with the formula, they could make it work, but...
It's a great idea in theory, and I think that if you do it well, like that's why the Superstar Shakeup could really fucking make things great. To Joe's point, yes, it's all about the writing at the end of the day, but if they can put the right people there and make it fucking work, It could fucking work.
I wish they treated it like there was a brand split without having to 100% abide by the rules of a brand split. You know, they showcased A on Raw and Team B on SmackDown. But if they wanted to start a new feud or
but
angle,
they could cross over.
Just, you know, move person without needing to be traded, drafted.
Right.
You know, it just...
Yeah, because they don't utilize
you saw
that.
this person here, and they could switch it each week. All right, so Roman opened Raw, and now next week he opens SmackDown, and you know everybody you saw on Raw you would see on SmackDown, like that kind of idea. But
just the way Cena's booked.
Just be
the way Cena was
reminds
booked.
me of 2007.
No, but I'm saying not have him be on both shows. I'm just saying, like, you know, the Raw team would be on Raw week A, then week B they'd be on SmackDown.
I understand what you're saying. I just hated that period.
So Roman wouldn't be on both shows, no. But for 1 week, you know, this week everybody that's on Raw will be on Raw. Next week, everybody that was on Raw will be on SmackDown. And then if they wanted to, let's say AJ was on SmackDown
that's
that week,
weird.
but next week they want to start a new feud after the pay-per-view, they can go ahead and move him without needing a draft. You know, treat it like there's a brand split without having to abide by. Because the problem is they only have the shakeup once a year, or you know, or the draft, however you want to call it. And we get stuck with the same feuds for so long that we just get burnt out.
Yeah, I think that would still be the same way. I really think that they should just make it sort of unofficial. Like, there's Raw and SmackDown, and there's people assigned mostly to Raw and SmackDown, but they're not necessarily assigned. They can go to any show no matter what.
Exactly.
That's I got a question for y'all. Who remembers y'all remember the 2004 or 2005 draft?
No.
Yep. I do.
Okay.
I wasn't watching at that time. I hated it.
Unfortunately.
Oh shit!
I hated that time.
That was my favorite time to watch. That's when I first started watching.
That was right around when I was like really getting hardcore into it.
Dude, I started watching
13 when I first started watching.
I started watching WWF in 1988. So like, I mean,
Jesus Christ!
I stopped like 2006 ish.
Dude, think about it.
Like
I was 5 years old.
I kind of wish the next draft would be like it was in 05. Like, you'd have your random matches. Like, you don't know who the fuck is coming. Like, let's just say you have, like, Finn Balor show up on SmackDown during a Daniel Bryan or a Rusev match or something, and that's how Finn makes his debut.
But the reason they did it that way is that they made it special, because the draft in 04 was like the lottery draft where they just put numbers out of, or names out of a fucking thing, and they made it feel special. The draft in 05 was very weird because they did it over the course of like 5 weeks. So like every week you saw one switch, which I didn't mind. It fucked up the Vengeance pay-per-view because you had 2 world titles on like a weird pay-per-view, on a Raw pay-per-view. Is fucking a little bit crazy, but I like that because it made it feel something special. Like holy shit, this is your surprise for the week, or surprise for the weeks. The reason, one of the main reasons I didn't like the Superstar Shakeup is because, oh, by the way, these guys are here now. Bam, that's it. That's all there was to it. There wasn't any. It didn't feel like it was so impactful to see them now on this show.
Okay, they're here. They're just part of the club now, basically. Like, what are we going to be doing? Like, no storyline or nothing.
How many guys are coming? Do we know it's 5? Do we know it's 10? Do we know it's like a 7? Like, we don't. It's doesn't feel anything. It doesn't make it feel like a big deal.
I hope they do it right, because I said last Sunday night I'm done with this product if they fuck up this shakeup. I'm giving it one more chance. One more chance.
The shakeup will work well, and we'll be happy for a little bit.
Well, that's what we're here for.
We'll be happy for about 3 weeks.
You know, just to see new things, new feuds, essentially. You know, not all new, but we'll get some good out of it. It'll be more good than bad, I envision. And then the newness, the honeymoon phase will wear away. And then we'll be back to, okay, well, why are these two fighting? Why are these teams going for the titles? You know,
we'll be back to taking bleach shots.
Fucking Jeff. I just gave Jeff 94 shit. He goes, there goes Joe bragging about how long he's watched wrestling again. It's actually it's shocking to me how long. I mean, it really, like, when I think about it, it's like, holy fuck. My point in that was saying that, like, when you watch wrestling that long, there's always a period like of a year or 6 months, where you drop out. Like, I dropped out one time in like early 96 for like a while when I moved from state to state, and I dropped off in I want to say around like 2003 for a few minutes, and then 2005 again, and then I came back heavy in early 2006. So I mean, I've only probably missed about, like I said before, about a year and a half total of WWE, you know? Only about a year and a half to maybe 2 years total since 1988.
That's funny you say that, Joe, because I was watching from the time I found it in 2003, and I dropped off all the way up until 2012 when I just realized booking was just becoming a fucking abysmal. And I picked back up, unfortunately, in 2016 when booking was really fucking abysmal, and I'm regretting it ever since.
Honestly,
and
I
take that back. I dropped off after SummerSlam last year and got back
when Shawn Michaels
after Survivor Series.
I think when Shawn Michaels retired, after that, everything really got horrible for me. I think CM Punk was a little interesting at times, but mostly I just fucking hated. I 2011, 12, and 13, and 14, and 15. Ugh.
So I got into it on the tail end of the Attitude Era, but the thing was, that was right when WWE acquired WCW and all the other territories. So they were coming out with like all the documentaries and all the stuff about like the previous stuff. So I just became like a fucking nerd and just like absorbed as much knowledge as I possibly could.
Yeah, you got to, come in essentially less at a good time for wrestling, but more at a good time to get the history.
Dude,
I watch the old WCWs still.
I can tell you that it's not quite the same as watching it live, but wrestling is an interesting thing where you can really go back and kind of get the idea. Like, it's not that crazy to go back. Like, there's like people like Luke who reference things, and I'm like, how does he know that? He's too young. But it's easy to go back on the network or anywhere and sort of understand what was going on. But even though you do understand what's going on, even I don't remember all the little nuances and the excitement of the time. Like, even sometimes I see a clip of something, I go, oh my God, I was watching that live in 1997, and I forgot how fucking crazy as shit that was that night.
Yeah.
Like,
I forget shit all the time. I went back just recently and watched a few Raws in a row, like throughout '98, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I watched this religiously, and I forgot this angle, that angle, this storyline, and even some major stuff too.
Yeah,
I do some of the old pay-per-views on my Patreon, and it's funny to go back and watch. Like, I just watched Backlash from '06 and watching like, wow,
oh my God,
Vince had a match with God. Okay.
I've been watching WWE my whole life, but my father died last year after Mania, and I stopped watching until recently, and now I'm going to try and watch again like I did. It's just so bad sometimes.
Millie!
Take a shot.
Drop it! You fucking idiot. My dog is fucking eating fucking chicken or something.
I thought you were yelling at your kids or something.
I didn't know I did. I thought I took them all out there, but I took the fries out instead. I was grabbing everything earlier, and I forgot one. I threw all the fucking fries out. God fucking damn it.
Sasha's mouth blood is pouring their heart out to us, and you stop it, drop it.
I'm gonna wait for TSS, if he's watching this, to turn that part right there into a remix of like a dubstep of drop it.
No,
you gotta add in daily barking though.
So we ate ShiBUM.
Toss up Joe, who's better in bed, Billy Kay or Peyton Royce?
I'm going Billy Kay. I mean, I'm going Peyton Royce. I think Peyton Royce rubs her forehead on a cock. Arushin Chu, thank you, Arushin Chu. But no,
Peyton Royce.
No, so I had chicken fucking wings, like in a bag, rolled up in a bag, and on the floor around a little further away from me, and the dog just fucking went right into the bag, like she just didn't give a shit. Like, she was like, I'm gonna go right in this fucking bag and eat these chicken wings, and there's chicken bones, so the dog can get hurt from that. The dog can die eating chicken bones. So I'm like, I seen her like going to the bag, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I sort of said no to her. She stopped and walked away, and I was like, okay. And then she came back over, smashed in the bag, and started chewing. And then she pulled out a chicken bone, a whole piece of chicken, because I didn't eat it all. And she sits over in the corner and starts like, I'm eating it. And I go, what the fuck? Stop! And then she tries to eat it quickly. She starts to eat it fast.
I hate that shit.
And she knows she did wrong, bro.
But the only command to get her to stop is to say, drop it. Drop it, she drops it. But if you say stop or what are you doing, she eats it faster. But if you say drop it, she'll drop it. So I'm trying, but it was too late. She'd already swallowed as I was saying, drop it. And so I'm trying to get her fucking.
Did she eat the bone, Joe?
She ate the whole fucking thing.
Oh God,
that's gonna be
Joe taught her to swallow. I mean,
What, Leah?
Be sure to check her shit later.
I got to flash back really quick. Sasha's mouth blood. I'm sorry to hear about your father, and hopefully you can get back into wrestling and enjoy it again.
I've been yelling at her like the last 20 minutes. I muted my mic earlier and said, "Get the fuck away from my bag of chicken," and she ran over there, and then she came back. Like, I don't give a fuck, and then had the whole thing in her mouth, and then I'm like, stop, and then she goes, nom, 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 and fucking swallows it.
That's funny.
Dude, she's gonna...
Now you gotta pull a chicken bone out her ass.
Well, no, like, puncture her stomach.
Pieces.
It doesn't mean she'll die, I know, but it's like not... It's dangerous, though, for her.
Just the smallest little chicken bone will fuck up her intestines. So,
dude, this dog has
how big
iron.
The piece was.
This dog has iron intestines. Okay, this fucking dog will eat a fucking steel dildo with spikes, and she'll still be
Don't
alive.
have a fucking little small ass dog anyway.
Well, she's like, what is she? 40 pounds?
Why do you have a steel dildo with spikes on it?
She's a border collie.
Oh,
that doesn't answer my question.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. This dog is fucking crazy. Dude, one time she ate a condom that I had used one night, and then Leah was out walking her with all her friends, and she shit the condom out in front of all the girls.
Ew.
How embarrassing is that? The dog just walks over and shits out a condom.
Leah just
You
looked
wouldn't
at me.
think it's because she ate it either. You would be like, what the fuck is Joe
My
doing?
question is, was it like a balloon thing? Like, did it come out the right end and just like expand and then just drop out, or?
No, I think it was like a round fucking... By the way, I'm ready to go on PUBG, by the way.
Seeing fucking animal tricks.
We should probably end, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta hop off because my little one's crying. But thank you guys for having me on as always. Muchas gracias.
We love you guys. Thank you. We're staying on to play a little bit of PUBG, and we're going to jump on Twitch. We're going to try Twitch. And thank you to Connor from OKFabe at youtube.com/OKFaber. Check out his channel. This was Out of Nowhere, episode 97. We'll see you next week. It's back for the Out of Nowhere next week. And we're still live. And now, Jake, you're playing, right?
Yeah, I'll play a game or two with you. I gotta go for that ultrasound of my heart in the morning. So
Oh, God.
I will not be.
I'm not playing, Joe. If you about it.
All right, peace out, guys.
All right,
Connor,
later, man.
I love you, baby.
You're playing, Bird?
Still didn't find out why he's got a steel dildo with spikes on it.
Jake said yeah, and I said yeah.
That's
Okay.
for next week.
And you never will. I'm in a game right now. Fuck, I gotta run. The circle's coming. Oh my God, the circle's coming.
Fuck, I don't have my headset. You fucking bitch. My roommate has it. You fucking cuck.
Fuck your roommate.
Yo, fuck him up his ass. Jake,
Right now, we're on Skype.
You want to run a duel real quick while Joe's in one?
I gotta go and hook this shit up. So give me a minute, anyways.
Yeah, go hook it up. We'll all get off here. I'll meet you guys on Xbox.
All right, I'll see you in a
All right,
bit.
later, guys. I'll see you. What's up, boys? Did that Arushin shoe donation come in, or is it coming in? If it did, Aru, I'll get your donation, Aru, if I missed it, man. Yeah, fuck it. We got a couple donations. We can play a little bit longer and stay up with you guys a few. Yeah, Jake is a beast. Famous B is in the chat. What's up, Famous B? Dude, Jake is a beast. I can't wait till we have a fucking 8-hour show a day. And we get more sponsors and more support and more Patreon. And then I can just buy Jake a fucking vaccine that he needs or something. Drop that ass. I'm going to be jumping on Twitch in a second as soon as I get a free hand to set the settings on Twitch. And then I'm going to need every single one of you guys to come over to Twitch with us. We need to get those numbers up again now that we missed a few days because of those fuckheads banning me over there. Thanks, Mike. No, okay, so I was trained. I wrestled for 2 years. I was a ref for 1 year. And I went to school for communications, and I've been doing play-by-play for 4 years now. And I went to school for all that shit anyway, but I mean, I really didn't stay too long. Oh, first aid kits, shit. I'll take those. Ooh, a suppressor. Dude, I got some really good shit right now. I really hope that... Fuck, I gotta get out of this fucking red zone. And yeah, so I mean, I've got whatever. To be honest, I really didn't talk to Impact Wrestling last year. I've talked to WWE more than anybody else before, and that it just hasn't worked out, I guess, for whatever reason. One time was going to be for some like desk job thing. I think it was going to be for Sam Roberts thing, but they hired Sam Roberts and what's his face instead? The guy from Hot 97 or whatever his name is. I applied for all that stuff. They told me to apply and I did. And then they were like, "What radio station do you work for?" So like they knew that I was just on YouTube with a podcast, and they were like, "Yeah, definitely. Like, here's the thing. Like, send it in and all these things." And I did. And then they were like, the people that told me to do it told me what to do, and then I did it. But then when I got to the when I got the phone call, I was like, they were like, "So what radio station do you work for again?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't." And then that, like, you could tell right away, they were like, "Oh." And they were even like, "Oh, you know, I think we recognize your voice too. Like, are you on the radio in like New York or in Connecticut?" And I'm like, "No." And then they were like, "Oh, okay. Well, where are you a part of?" And I'm like, "I'm not." And then they were like, "Oh, okay." And then it seemed to go, and then it kind of seemed to go south from there. All right, baby. I'm hiding, baby. What's up, D Wells? Thank you, D Wells, for everything tonight. I'm gonna get Jake and everybody in here. I gotta fucking get moving though, real quick before I. There's only 27 people alive, man. I gotta fucking try to win this, and then we're gonna go over to Twitch in a second. But yeah, if we can get like 100 of you guys or 200 of you guys, if everybody commits to jumping over to Twitch, we can tear it up. But I'm not gonna put the links in the fucking chat because I think that's what fucked us before. So it's twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. You should know what it is. Fuck, I don't want to be here at school. Oh, fuck. I'm fucked. I gotta run around the school now. This is so stupid. Oh my god, there's a fucking box right there. Ah. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. Oh shit, I see people running way up there. Oh my god, look at that guy. That guy's flying with that bike. He don't give a fuck because he's on a bike. He's like, fuck it, I'm on a bike. I don't give a shit. I probably should have just kept running, but... Man, Jake's probably like sending me messages right now like, what's going on? It's okay, PS Carnivore. I'm sure a couple of things aren't gonna fucking kill us, you know? But I'm pretty sure that could have played a hand in it, maybe. It might have not been that. It's really hard to figure it out, quite honestly. But it's possible. Because what happened, I think, is YouTube saw that I posted a bunch of things. Alright, let's see here. Alright. All right, I'm going live on Twitch right now. Boom. What's up, Leah? I actually hope Philly wins. So I really gotta reauthorize my fucking Twitch.
What is Ken a fan of?
Ken's a fucking Islander fan. I think there's a guy right over here. Fuck, I didn't know the circle was here. Son of a bit. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm never gonna make it. There's a car there. I need that car. I need that car. Come on. Holy shit. Oh my god, is this car really gonna work? This is fucking awesome. Take a fucking health. Get me out of here. What the fuck? Holy shit, I can't believe there was a car here. I definitely would have died if not for this car. Might still die. I gotta get in the game with Jake and I fucking... Oh my god, it's real. Oh my god, the circle's fucking killing me. Oh my god, the fucking circle, dude. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not even gonna make it, even with all this shit. Unfucking believable. Incorrect username and password. Where's my fucking... Why isn't my password working now? What the fuck? Dude, I have no idea what my fucking password is now. What's up, guys? I'm just trying to...
Joe, I had to follow you again.
Oh, on Twitch?
Just so you know, I had to follow you
Where?
again on Twitch.
What the fuck are you...
I'm gonna have to tell people to follow me.
What are you talking about? Are you serious?
Just
You
weird.
got a strike on Twitch?
Yeah, I did, but they only...
Yeah, it was a 24 hours.
They only took me down for a day, though.
That's retarded.
You told me they took away my followers? Oh no, it says I have 4,100 followers.
Yeah, on Twitch we had to follow you again. And just so you know, we can't hear you in the...
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Xbox.
I was about to just
I
say
can't hear
that.
you in the
Is it just
Xbox
me?
chat.
What? Hold on a second.
I have the stream on in the background. I can hear you, but I can't...
What the fuck is going on?
Already.
I can't hear him at all.
Why the fuck isn't my Twitch fucking synced up?
Hey Jake, are you...
Can you hear me now?
No, I'm not.
I'm backing up. This game's fucking dead.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Jesus. Well, yeah, it's weird. I still have a ton of followers. I got 4,100 followers, so...
Yeah, I don't know why, but maybe because I was in the room when it happened or something, but I went and I searched for you, and I couldn't find you, and then your icon was just a green square, and now it shows your animated things. Maybe you had to sign back in with your password for it to work?
Yeah, maybe.
Like maybe because you weren't signed back in yet?
Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know. I don't know how suspensions work.
They don't really tell you. It's kind of a fucking mystery. I'm just trying to get on Twitch now, guys. It's taking me a second.
One second, guys.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm trying to set this thing to invite only.
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up, TK? I'm cool with you, man. Yeah, dude, if you want, bring it on, man.
Okay.
I sent D Moon an invite, but I don't know if he's around. He just said he was home on the Xbox.
Yeah, he's on. He's just been silent. He's been at home for the last 20 minutes though. D Moon, if you can hear me, join the freaking.
D Moon, if you can hear me, suck me off.
Oh, what a day.
I hear you there. What have you been up to?
I've been off work these past 2 days. I've been catching up on freaking housework and shit.
That's worse than work sometimes.
I walk to work though. I'm unfortunate to have a freaking car, but my job is within a 6-mile span where I can walk to it. But that takes a toll on you, and where you can't do anything to clean your house or nothing.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
But you said you had an ultrasound on your heart coming. What the fuck?
Yeah, I gotta go for echo. It's just a routine thing for clearance for surgery, but it's not for any issues. But because I want to get the bariatric surgery done, I have to. Oh, do you? That's unfortunate. Yeah. That's not what you want to have.
I was gonna say I had to had up to 4 because my wrestling coach found out about that issue and couldn't clear me because he thought I was he thought I was a liability, and I couldn't compete for a good 3 months. I took 5 different tests. You got cleared since
then, though, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, since then I got cleared around Christmas time, but by the season was half over, I couldn't get my varsity letter, which I busted my ass all year to get.
All right, we're live on Twitch now, guys. Come on over to Twitch.
And then I tore my MCL 2 months later.
Twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS.
And then I gotta get surgery on that, and yeah, life's a fucking mess.
Amen.
But they gave me my singlet and shit, and I got a bunch of newspaper clippings of me, so that's the next best thing to a Letterman. So.
Hey, you know in your heart you made it. That's what matters.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude,
All the cheers got reset, so there you go for that. That's good. Let's see.
Are we starting this game, or are you still setting stuff up?
No, I'm ready to go. I'm good. Arushin Chu, thank you for that donation earlier about Peyton Royce. We did play that on the air, so okay. I was worried we didn't. I'm good.
Yeah, no, we addressed that. We said Peyton Royce over Billy Kay.
She's fine herself, but Peyton Royce all the way.
Yeah, I agree.
I think she's more of the star than Billy. Yeah.
I just like Peyton Royce's. I honestly.
I hope they don't split them up.
Dude, I like Peyton Royce's wrestling. Like, I love how she sells and stuff. She moves really like fluidly with that, like very agile. I like how she. I don't know, man. She's just very smooth in the ring. Like, she reminds me, not quite, but like a little bit of like a female, Shawn Michaels. When somebody can just move very. I don't know, she can get punched and she can kind of throw herself through the ropes and fall. It's the way that she executes in the ring. I don't know, I just like the way she
everything connects, right?
I don't know.
Like everything kind of flows.
I'm not sure that she's the best. I haven't watched her recently, but that was something I thought about her like a year and a half ago.
I have a question. Do you think they could both survive separately on the main roster? If that time were to come.
Both? I don't know.
Because they were both drowning in NXT before they got put together.
Yeah, that's my thing.
At least
now,
if my memory's
I think
correct,
Peyton Royce has a new sense of confidence. I think she could, but I don't know about Billy.
You know what it?
I think she needs.
Well, you know what it is though is that in NXT, you know what I mean. A lot of times they're not going to have those epic matches like some of the other. They're not like in an advanced wrestling ability like some of these other people, but they're perfect for the main roster because they wrestle like the classic. WWE style. The same thing with No Way Jose. It's like he's not gonna have a fucking.
I give him a month.
The thing with Adam Rose stuff, putting that train behind him, that fucked him over, dude. He would have been fine if they just didn't put that fucking Adam Rose train behind him. Now he's stereotyped. So stupid. Yeah. Anybody who doesn't know No Way Jose.
You wanna go to the apartments?
Sure. Let's go now. We might have missed it, but. Try it.
No, we'll be good right here.
No, I mean, I don't mean we'll miss it. I mean other people will land there before us.
Yeah.
Jake, you are so far to the right, my friend.
Yeah, we might be fucked.
That's alright. I'm gonna cut over.
Say Cronin is way to the left. And Joe, you
we
gotta
can land at the school
two
if you
shoots
want.
below you.
We'll be alright.
I'm sure there's gonna be a bunch of people
Yeah,
in the school. That's why I said we'll
go to the apartments. Yeah, I mean we're probably gonna be last there though.
3 shoots. There's a whole squad.
I don't see anybody at the apartments yet.
No.
I see a bunch of people going.
There's people there. There's a guy right in front of me.
I see one lower than us. Yeah.
And there's,
where's he going
there's
for?
2 in
He's
front of
going
me
for
by
that
you guys.
Oh fuck, we're fucked. They're all gonna land in the same building.
Right by you.
All right, they're going to that.
Yep,
one,
I got this other one.
Over to here.
Jake, I got the one.
Don't go to that back
left side.
right one that I marked.
Get guns, obviously.
I saw 4 shoots land behind me, so watch out there. Where they're at the school. Got a painkiller.
Of course.
No gun.
Fuck, I think someone's in this building with me.
Red dot. Bandages. Yeah, there was 2 that landed by you, Joe, so watch your 6.
I figured we'd try and get a warm up, you know, but
It's all good. Yeah, yeah. It's always kind of.
The first game I played all day.
Is that you on my building or no?
I'm not.
I'm below. I'm on the other building.
Oh shit.
Like the one far ahead of you.
Yeah, you're on the one across.
All right, so that's not you guys.
Jesus Christ.
What's that you
Find a single freaking gun.
running next to me? Fuck, man.
Uku's bandages, but no gun.
If anybody comes up here with a better gun, I'm fucked.
Fucking sucks. You know what? This game. And the horse it rode in on.
I think it was Mike in the chat before that said, "Want to join Valor Club?" And somebody said, "No, that shit's gay." You know, he was saying.
I'll join Valor Club. Valor Club's the shit.
It's just because of all the
I
rainbow
was marking
stuff.
out for him at Mania, bro. Him and Seth. Like that was probably my favorite match of the night.
Rewatched that match
was
as
my
well.
favorite
They
match
really,
of the night,
they
actually.
really did a good job.
That and the Oscar match. My 2 favorites. And then it went to shit, in my opinion, from that point on.
Yeah, the opening match was good. It just because it was an opening match and a triple threat, it didn't sit as well with me. But I mean, it was good. It was a really good opener. It was perfect for the opening. I was like, that's how you start Mania. That's cool. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh yeah, that's how you start Mania. Good opening match. And then Asuka and Charlotte, let's see them tear it down. And then
Much love to the JCS family and well wishes to Joe and Jake.
no,
If they had another 10 minutes.
No, I like what they did. I still give it like maybe a 7 out of 10, but I thought it could have been an 8, 9, or 10. I wanted an amazing match, and I didn't get it. Renegade Joe Compton. Holy fuck, Renegade. Thanks for 500 bits, bro. Someone's here. Someone's here. Someone's here.
I hear it.
I'm looking for them.
Which one of y'all said y'all...
Oh, here he is.
There's somebody above me. Ooh.
I got a M4 over here.
I need a backpack.
I just picked up.
Like, desperately. If anybody found one, that'd be freaking awesome.
In my building, there's a few backpacks.
I just fucked up this guy's car. I'm coming over to you, Bird. Guys, he's out here. He's probably behind me.
In my building, there's a few. Yeah, he's right behind you right now.
Where I don't see him yet.
I'm coming out,
right
Joe.
behind you.
Where's
Literally
he
right
at?
behind you. He's up on the hill here.
Heads up. Put fire on. I only got 10 more shots on my pistol. I got nothing. Oh, he shot me. He's looking at me. Shit. He almost got me. Careful.
Give me a number.
I'm down. I'm crawling to the right.
All right. Get over to me.
I'm trying to get around the side of the building. Yeah.
Where's he at?
Behind you. Behind you.
They're
Joe,
still
I
up on
almost
the
got you.
spot there.
Oh, shit. Jake, crawl to me. Joe, right in front
I'm
of
working
you.
on it.
To your left.
Oh, shit.
They're right directly in front of
I didn't know there was another guy.
I got him right
More coming. More coming.
Joe's down.
It's okay. Keep backing off. You got it.
Yeah, I'm backing up to the corner here.
Come here.
It's up to you to get us.
Oh,
off.
no, there's more too.
No, they're around the corner. They're picking us
Oh,
up.
everyone. There's so many people, dude. Oh my. Oh, you just took it in the fucking face, bro. That was fucking crazy. Holy shit.
I couldn't get them all. I couldn't get them.
I never found a weapon.
2 of them, and I ran out of
Dude,
ammo.
I never found a weapon. I had a fucking pistol. That whole building, pistol.
I only downed the one guy.
Damn, bro. I'll take that. I did good for a
Yeah.
first round. I didn't kill
That's what
anybody,
we
but-
wanted, though. We got some target practice, kind of. What's up, metal fan?
Yeah. Oh
Dude,
shit.
if
I
that
didn't know
fucking-
Famous B.
If I didn't see his boyfriend there, the third guy, I would have got both of them. Then I'd have got. I don't even know if y'all died right away.
Yeah, I died. I didn't know Famous B got to do PWG. That's cool.
Oh, Caveman Austin, what's up, Caveman? Thanks for subbing to the channel, Caveman. We need all the subs we can get on Twitch now. Thank you, bro.
Were you on Twitch?
Yeah,
Oh,
Seth's
still on
entrance
YouTube.
was badass. With the blue
Hey,
eyes and everything. With the
Famous
fire.
B, are you still, are you in Mexico? You in Mexico?
He said he's leaving soon.
Ah, okay.
Shout out to Famous B.
He's been here all night, man.
He actually got me to watch Lucha Underground, so yeah, shout out to him. Like I'm being dead
That's the
serious.
shit right there.
No, my roommate Gino is a huge Lucha fan, and he actually told me about Famous B, and I didn't know who the fuck he was until I seen him on Monetize This that many weeks ago. I was like, oh, so this is that fuck he told me about. When I looked up his matches, I was like, okay, now I know why you
I'll
like
have to
this
check
shit.
it out. Yeah, really.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
have to check
basically
it out.
what I said.
Dude, Lucha is great.
2011, 2012. I'll go back and look for it.
Dude, they were in New Orleans, and I almost fucking. They weren't in New Orleans. Who the fuck was in New Orleans 2 days before Mania? Was it ROH?
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor, yeah.
Everybody was
Yeah.
there.
Everybody.
I was
up,
supposed to
Zach?
go to that too.
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah, Famous B said he should be around Friday if you'll have him. I said, I think you got an open invitation permanently, so.
Yeah, come jump on Friday, man. We're gonna have a. I don't know if anybody knows this, but I announced it the other day that because I feel bad that I won points in the bank. I feel like I actually thought when I did that I wasn't gonna win it. You know what I mean? I thought I would help the show out. I could get some points, you know, and I really didn't plan on winning it, and I did, and I feel like that was wrong. So what I'm doing is I can't take the points in the bank away from myself because that would be an insult to everybody who donated to me on Monetize This. So what I'm doing is this Friday, not only is the belt on the line, but the second place person, as long as it's not me, if not it goes to the third place person, the second runner-up, the runner-up will win. A second points in the bank is up for grabs this Friday on top of the Monetize This championship that's on the line this Friday. This Friday night is going to be one of the biggest fucking nights as far as that goes. Plus, we have a lot of funny shit planned for this Friday night on Monetize This that will probably happen right here on this Battle Royal Battalion channel.
Making sure I heard you correctly. You're if second place, if not you, let's just say for example Ken or JB won. JB would get.
That's funny,
bank or
Justin
something.
winning.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I use him as an example.
Yeah, it could be amazing.
I would wait till.
What's up, Harold? I'll try to kill someone.
Sucks
Killed 2 people yesterday.
I gotta work that Friday night though. I'm gonna watch it.
Alright, where do you guys want to go? We're going to cut straight across the middle over like Pachinki, it looks like. We can kind of go, like, if you guys want to land somewhere, we can go up here. We can
We're
go
going far down. Like, we're going down, so...
We could wait and go to the power plant.
I say go pier. I want to say be weird. I say go to the pier.
I'm down. You down, Joe?
There's gonna be a lot of people there, I think. Let's go there. Fuck it. We'll get a boat. Let's get a boat. No, let's go there. Go. We'll get a boat.
I already jumped.
Yeah. We'll get a boat and we'll go over here. Be fucking awesome. Head for the boat.
I see a boat, I think.
No, there'll be a boat.
I don't know. It's a rock.
There'll be one. We'll go to blue after. It'll be awesome. It'll be right to the right of the bridge. See the bridge? The boat will be right to the right of it, the pier. Most likely.
There's some people landing in the first cluster of buildings.
That's cool. Yeah, there'll probably be a lot of people here, but fuck it. Where's the boat though? It hasn't spawned yet, but there's gotta. It's usually right here.
I haven't even seen a.
Oh, I see one, but it's way over there. Ah, fuck. Oh, people.
Yeah,
Jake, be careful there.
Oh shit, people are landing on
My
it.
left, behind you.
Let's go to the one behind us because people are getting the other one. Fuck, they took my idea, the fuckers. Fuck, I wonder if they're gonna go to where I want to go to. That fucks us if.
Bastards.
Keep an eye on that boat if anybody can see it.
Be careful, there was a chute that landed right within your vicinity. Oh, okay, I found him. Never mind.
Grab the boat if you can.
Big building. I'm coming to you because I don't feel like getting shot.
Yeah, Bird, there's a guy in here with us. That's in the
Yeah,
big
no, it's
building
telling you,
there.
he's in this building right here.
I got a gun.
So watch your 6. Joe, watch your 6. How far are you from this?
I got a gun.
Yeah, Joe's over there.
At least I got a gun.
I don't know what's in that building.
Yeah, those guys took the fucking boat.
I'm in here with you, Bird.
Those fuckers took my idea.
Close the doors behind you. Yeah.
Fuck.
Shit. Found a med kit. You got a backpack?
Take.
Here.
Change of plans. Just take the houses. We're not gonna get a boat. Fuck it. I'm over here with a pistol.
Damn. I ain't got
I got
shit.
a pistol with 15 rounds.
Jake,
I
you want
know
to
for
raid
a
this
fact
building?
there's-
Because I'm about to throw the smoke grenade that I got.
Yeah, let's go and try and get this guy out of here. We'll go right up the stairs. I'm gonna cut around the back.
I have no
Someone's
guns,
driving
so-
a car over to you guys. Oh shit! There's a guy coming to you guys with a gun.
I'm coming with you.
He just hopped over the top of the roof. I just put fire on him.
Oh, great. Where is this fag? Where are you camping? I'll take the freaking flash hider and bandages. But Jesus Christ, bro. I'll take the helmet too.
I got a gun too now. Be careful, guys. People are coming towards you.
Joe, what do you got in that house by you?
That's me.
Oh shit! Who?
Someone's coming towards you guys, maybe. I'm on the.
I'm finding sights and other shit.
Hi Joe Impact. Can suck
Oh,
Vince
okay.
Russo cock.
Caveman Austin, thank you, bro. Fuck Impact. Fuck you, Impact.
Alright. Joe's with us.
Fuck
We just
that
gotta get
owl.
down and go.
There's a bike coming towards you guys. I don't know where he is.
Yeah, I hear it. There's people directly across from us, right to our left right now. So we gotta move.
He just run out here.
Right over there.
How the fuck did I not shoot him to death?
This game's a bust.
He's over here with me.
Joe, you got another guy right by you.
On feet? Oh yeah, on feet. On foot. I knocked him down. Knocked one down. I'm out of ammo. Run out here, Bird. Run back to the beach.
Here you go, Jake. Get it.
I popped him.
I'm down.
It's alright. Go.
Kill him, Jake. Just
Kill him, Jake. I'm gonna revive him.
Whatever
Watch
you
around. There could be two others. I took one out.
There you go.
Yeah, baby. Fuck them. Pistol worked on both of their ass.
He's got an M16 and a pistol.
Good. Grab it. I got 10 shots in one and 4 in the other. I'm gonna go run up here this way.
Yes. Yes. What does an M16 have for ammo? 5.6? Yes, give me that shit.
I'm gonna go see if there's more of them over there. There's your kill, motherfuckers.
Let me pick up.
Is there any health shit here? Yeah, he's got 3.
Another one coming. Another one coming. Two. They're coming fast.
I'm healing up. I'm coming right to you right now.
I'm out of ammo.
Cover me, Jake. Oh, you're.
I got 5 rounds left.
Joe, back up to me more.
Whoa! Shots fired ahead of me.
Yep.
290.
Behind you! Behind you!
Behind you, Jake. Behind you, Jake.
I popped them twice. They're gonna kill me. They're coming though, Jake. There's another guy coming after that guy. There's 2 guys coming. Grenade. Oh, nice shot.
Yeah, I knew I was fucking A. Nice shot.
There's one more. There's one more.
Kill him. He's not down.
You know what? I'm getting him.
There's one more.
Fuck you, bitch.
could see around the corner.
I'm better at this fucking game. Let's fucking go. I got a good feeling about tonight.
Good job.
You can't believe
Good,
Joe
did you
died.
get
No,
That
it's okay.
sucks.
Hey, be careful. There's one more.
Watch it, Bird. Watch it.
Now I got struck.
Come to me. No, fuck.
He's
I
coming.
didn't see the number.
He's around the corner.
Go get if you. He's travel out the loot and get that M16 that I had. There he is, right there.
Yeah.
He had a
I
crowbar.
had nothing. I had no health, no ammo, no nothing. Yeah, I had a crowbar.
Yeah, I kind of had to die. When you guys were under attack by them, I went on top of the rocks. I dropped down behind them. So, I mean, I killed one of them, you know. So it was like, all right, I shot one of them a couple times, and then you killed the other one. So, I mean, I kind of had to do it. I had to flank them, you know. It was the only chance.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
It was close, though. Oh, fuck, I meant to hit Troy. Troy was hitting me up to play this earlier today, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be on later.
Damn it, Troy.
Piss us all off.
Waiters now. Where's he at? Come on, Todd. Come on, Todd.
Everybody on YouTube, we're going to be going over to Twitch, so please jump over to Twitch and watch if you'd like. Let's see who's leading in the bits department. Look at that. Renegade Joe Compton got the gold medal. Caveman Austin with the silver. And there's an open third place spot for somebody. Fuck it, I'll game until we get him, though.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Did they really just fucking do that?
I know you guys can. Chat said they couldn't, but maybe. We'll see.
What? Yeah, they should be able to hear you. We've all been hearing you.
Yeah, I got the feed on and I got the feed on and behind me. I can hear you perfect.
Sucks for you then.
Oh my god.
All right, YouTube, we're taking off YouTube. We'll see you tomorrow night for Thursday Night Throwdown episode 2. Last week I talked some crazy shit about that Boop chick, the Boop girl who made 24 videos in 1 year, but was asking people for Patreon money, even though she only made one video every fucking 2 weeks. But I called her out, and she's been talking to me on Twitter, and we're cool, and she's gonna come on the show, and I'm gonna say it all to her live on Thursday Night Throwdown tomorrow night. It's gonna be crazy.
She didn't make a video in over a year.
Yeah.
It was a long time. It was like 8 months.
But she
9
wants
months.
Patreon money.
There's more shit to it.
That's funny.
But she'll be answering to
There's
it.
a lot more to
But
it.
then she
Looking
showed
forward to it.
my comment to her fans though, and all her fans are mad at me, saying I'm a scumbag.
I think WWE should make Russ a
How many
WWE
subs
champ,
did you
but
get
we
off
know
of
they
it?
I
won't
don't even know.
also
Probably
pitch here.
Yeah,
50.
exactly.
I don't know. How many did
Nothing.
she get off of it? I mean, I don't know.
Just saying. I've heard that works. So.
Caveman Austin, thank you, bro.
Where are we going to?
Yeah, Rusev champ. Rusev versus Roman. Rusev could be the American hero instead.
Oh,
And he could be like,
God.
I've been in America. You know what? I've been in America. This country is actually amazing. They've given me everything. You're a scumbag, Roman Reigns. I don't know. Where you want to go?
Why don't we go all the way
No, I
over?
would-
All right, let's go there.
God,
Fuck it.
No one ever goes over that way.
No, they might this time, but fuck it. Let's go anyway.
Prison or
I
man?
barely see.
Let's go it anywhere. Who cares?
You want the mansion, or do you want... People usually drop at the
I
mansion. I
marked
figured it might have a
prison.
shot. Or prison. Well, no, prison's down low.
So. That's on you.
What do you guys want to do?
I see one shoot in between you guys, and he's heading towards it. He can go that way.
Everybody always goes
Jake's
to the
going
mansion.
left.
I don't usually
Joe's
see
going
people coming
right.
out here.
I'm going with Jake. I'm pretty sure I'm about to drop it any fucking second. Yep, I'm going right here.
Alrighty. Hey, YouTube, we're leaving YouTube, guys.
All right, you see the woods over here?
Get over to Twitch.
Go to the wood
Yeah,
area.
what about
the down trees and shit?
Goodbye, YouTube.
Head there, and then we'll work our way down to that town.
Twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS.
Man, they really dumped on parachuting, huh?
Come on,
You
look at
cannot
the
go
fucking
as far as
Twitch
you used
chat
to
is
be
on
able to.
fire right now.
You used to be able to
Dude, the
sail
Twitch
across
chat
the
is
fucking
having
map.
orgasms. Good night, guys. See you tomorrow.
Like where I
10
landed.
p.m. for Thursday Night Throwdown tomorrow. On Twitch.
It's not bad.